About a minute, a little over a minute, Justin, we're going to be on. So I'll...
I'm going to put you guys in queue so you can hear the music play down, okay?
Okay.
Consider me queued.
So you're not going to give us a countdown, just hit the bump or something?
I'll give you a countdown.
Okay, sounds good.
45 seconds.
45 seconds, Justin.
Now I know who I'm listening to in the morning. Tim Haldeman. My pleasure. Nice to meet you.
I didn't realize you hadn't met. I'm
as
sorry.
long as you're born. I've been doing this about as long as you're old. Yeah. Here comes Jake Podaski, the greatest official ever born in Markesan. What do you got, Jake?
30 seconds.
30 seconds, Justin.
What?
Pardeeville won and deferred.
Oh,
Markesan gets the ball. Thank you.
okay. Thanks, Jake. Hey, all those bad things I said about you, I take most of them back.
15.
Keep
Here we
Bergeron
go.
awake, will
Here we
you?
go. Check 1, 2.
I'm a ref. I'm a
4,
ref. Yeah, I know
3.
these guys. Except for one, actually.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, from Pardeeville High School. WXRO Sports and DailyDodge.com present the high school football game of the week. And tonight, it is the regular season finale. That's right, week 9, and a must-win game for the home team. The Pardeeville Bulldogs welcome the Markesan Hornets into town. Hi again, everybody. It's Mike Tronson with you at the football field, joined by my good friend and partner, Tim Haldeman. Autumn is our engineer back here on WXRO and DailyDodge.com. Brought to you this evening by Farmers Implement of Columbus and Allenton. Dan Olson of Country Financial in Beaver Dam. Markesan State Bank. Cornerstone Funeral and Cremation Services. Reed Chrysler. Ergo Bank in Markesan and Fox Lake. Jimmy John's of Beaver Dam. National Exchange Bank and Trust. Columbus Family Dental. And Landmark Credit Union. Glad to have you with us on this very chilly Friday night. Where has the time gone, Tim Haldeman? It is week 9. The playoffs start next week. The Markesan Hornets, they know they're going to the postseason as they come into this game with an overall record of 6-2. They are 4-1 in second place right now in the Trailways Large. Meanwhile, as I said, Pardeeville, this is a must-win. This is a playoff game for them as they come in at 4-4 overall. They are 2-3 in the conference. They must win to get in to the postseason.
Well, it's a big game, like you say, Mike, and not only for them, but for Markesan as well. Hey, one never knows. The team in first place, Houston, undefeated in conference play, takes on a very fine Dodgeland team tonight. So, if in the event that Dodgeland were to upset Houston and Markesan wins this ball game, guess what? We got a tie at the top. So both clubs have a stake in this ball game tonight, and needless to say, if Markesan were to win, that bodes well for next week and maybe the week after, and maybe the week after. And I guarantee you, both of these clubs are going to be happy to play because this is football weather at its absolute finest. I mean, you've got to be running around just to stay warm out there, and there's a pretty good 10, 12 mile an hour breeze coming out of the northwest here, coming from our left to right, and it will be a small factor in the game here tonight, Mike. And I guarantee you, the field conditions, they're not going to be horrible, but it will be a bit slick out there throughout the evening.
Well, this is exciting because tonight's game, this is the game that you, the fans, voted in to be broadcast here on WXRO and DailyDodge.com. We want to go back and thank Jimmy John's of Beaver Dam for sponsoring our big promotion that we had back in late August and into September. We did it for the first time ever, where we decided that, all right, the school that received the most votes on our DailyDodge.com survey, we'd broadcast their final regular season game. Well, we can tell you, Markesan obviously received the most votes. Markesan with 5,291 votes in that contest. Total number of votes cast for all schools, just amazing.
I think
11,700. So it's pretty amazing when you think 5,291 votes for this game. I believe that is more votes than the combined population of both Markesan and Pardeeville.
Well, I was going to say, I think every fish in Little Green voted as well. Right?
I think so. Absolutely. Yeah. But so thanks to Jimmy, just win game for Pardeeville. Now tonight, not only can you listen to the game, but you can watch the video stream of this game on dailydodge.com. We've got Justin right by our side here running the camera tonight. So we're doing, we've got all facets covered tonight. We've got the audio portion, our normal radio broadcast, and you can watch the game when we swing the camera around, and we'll have some video of tonight's contest, and we're excited about that. As I mentioned, Pardeeville has to win to get in. Markesan is already in the playoffs. Markesan has, or I should say Pardeeville won the coin toss. They deferred. Markesan is going to receive the opening kickoff tonight. Both these teams lost an awful lot of talent off of last year's squad. Now you remember last year Pardeeville was a playoff team. Last year Markesan was also a playoff team. In fact, they went on a very deep run all the way to the state semifinals in Division 4. I think a lot of folks probably thought coming into this year that both of these teams would take a step back, or maybe even a significant step backwards because of all the talent that they lost. Well, in Markesan's case, what people seem to forget was all the talent that was coming back. And the depth that they had last year, a lot of that talent came back this year. Here they are sitting very good at 6-2. And for Pardeeville, they're a much younger squad this year, but they probably have exceeded expectations somewhat. And as we said, they're sitting at 4-4. They're young, but they have a lot of talent as well. And Coach Tyler Johnson in his third season is doing a nice job. Somebody forgot to give him the memo after being playoff teams a year ago.
Well, Mike, I think the key to what you said there was Tyler Johnson's third season. And the kids that are juniors and seniors now have had an opportunity to play within his system for now the third year, and as we're nearing the end of the third year, that's really key. And the great majority of the staff back as well for Pardeeville, and hey, that consistency really means a lot. And Pardeeville has had a very good history over the years, Mike, and they've had some fine players come out of this area for a long time. I mean, I've been doing this for almost 30 years now, and they've had some very fine athletes, and they've had a good tradition here. And also a very nice facility here, Mike.
It's a great facility here,
yeah,
absolutely.
We're tell you what, when you're talking facilities, this is one of the best, especially tonight, because we've got heaters at our feet.
We do.
And folks, I don't know if Jimmy Johns knew what they were getting us into here tonight, but God bless the electricians and the HVAC people that put the heaters on the floors here, because I did wear an extra pair of socks tonight, and I got some longies on here tonight as well, just in case, because I had no clue when I walked in here that we were going to be treated like this tonight. So kudos to the.
We've got the heater on. We got the hot cocoa. I mean, we are set for
Absolutely.
What should be a fun Week 9 matchup. And again, we'll have the starting lineups here momentarily, and the opening kickoff just minutes away.
All right, Mike. The last time we saw Markesan, they pretty well got trounced. That was in that ball game. Markesan took a 2-0 lead after a fumble was recovered in the end zone by Houston, and Markesan dominated the first quarter, and the ball game ended 40-2. I mean, I've told people since that time I've never seen a high school football game turn around on a dime any quicker than I saw that one, and just go 180 degrees the other way. And I can guarantee you, since that time, John Dunleavy and staff have got themselves a couple of wins over Palmyra Eagle and, let's see, who was the other one last week, Mike?
Rosholt
in non-conference play. So, yeah, they're trying to get some kind of a passing offense, and it's just been a trying situation all year long for the staff at Markesan. So I'm sure that they're going to try to implement some of that tonight.
Yeah, well, we'll talk a little bit about that as we go along here. But when we saw Markesan earlier in the season, they were kind of platooning a couple of guys at quarterback. They were platooning Craig Plagans and Max Stelmacher. Well, the last couple of weeks, they've kind of thrown that by the wayside. Craig Plagans is now primarily your quarterback on just about every play. And what Coach Dunleavy told me was that, over the last couple weeks now, Markesan started to really finally find its identity. And that identity is Craig Plagans as your quarterback, Max Stellmacher in the backfield doing a lot of other great things with his legs and with his hands, running the football, catching the football. So that's he's very pleased with the way they responded after that loss to Horicon. Houston wavered all season is Markesan's defense. It's been outstanding. And that doesn't bode well for Pardeeville because Pardeeville has been shut out each of the last 2 weeks. They have not scored since their 8-6 win over Montello Princeton Green Lake back on September 21st. And prior to that, they were shut out back on September 7th against Allman Bancroft. Tell you what we'll do. Let's step aside for the national anthem. Back after this on WXRO and DailyDodge.com.
All right, how long?
1 minute.
Okay. Thirty seconds.
Okay. Well, time now for tonight's starting lineups. First, the offensive starter at the helm. The quarterback, as I mentioned before the break, Craig Plagans, a 6-foot senior at 175 pounds. Fullback is Tyler Lawson, a 5-foot 10-inch, 205-pound senior. Wingbacks are Caden Plagans, a 5-foot 8-inch, 150-pound junior, and Max Stellmacher. He is a 6-foot 2-inch, 175-pound junior. Receivers include Josh Baining, 5'7", 135, and a junior, and Zach Triggs. He is a 6-foot senior at 175 pounds. On the offensive line, the left tackle is Joe Paddock, a 6'4", 265-pound senior. Left guard is Bryce Friday, 6'3", 240-pound junior. At center is Max Richter, a sophomore at 6 feet tall, 160. The right guard is Noah Mast. He is a 5'10", 190-pound senior. And the right tackle is Jacob Middlestadt, a junior at 6 feet tall, 250. Those are the offensive starters for the Markesan Hornets. Now, the defensive starters for Pardeeville and the Bulldogs are coached by Tyler Johnson in his 3rd season at the helm. And they will start at defensive. 203-pound junior. Other end is Riley Lentz, a 6'2" junior, 237-pounder. Defensive tackles are Dylan Anderson, 5'11", 224, and a junior, along with Brady Jerome, a junior at 6'1", 274. Meanwhile, the linebackers include Jacob Zupke, a senior, 6 feet tall, 170. Colum Moe at the other outside linebacker, 6 Walker, 5'11", 224, and a junior. And Tyler Kowald, he is a senior, 6 feet tall, 175. The cornerbacks are Ty Westbury, a 5'8", 135-pound sophomore, along with Tyler Schomer, a sophomore at 6 feet tall, 146. And the safety is Derek Lindert. Derek is a freshman at 6 feet tall, 165. Those are your starters defensively for Pardeeville, and we'll be underway momentarily. The Bulldogs tonight in their blue jerseys with the yellow numbers and the white pants, the blue helmets. Meanwhile, Markesan, they've got kind of the opposite, the white jerseys with the blue pants, the white helmets, the blue numbers, and we are just about set for this Week 9 regular season finale between the Markesan Hornets and the Pardeeville Bulldogs, brought to you by Farmers Implement of Columbus and Allenton, Dan Olson of Country Financial in Beaver Dam, Markesan State Bank, Cornerstone Funeral and Cremation Services, Reed Chrysler. Reed Chrysler brings you the drive of the half, so we'll have to remember that at halftime and at the end of the game. Ergo Bank and Markesan and Fox Lake, Jimmy John's of Beaver Dam, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Columbus Family Dental, and Landmark Credit Union. Markesan will move left to right as we see it here in the first quarter tonight. And back deep to receive this kick for the Hornets, we've got Max Stelmacher along with John Bartashevitz. And just waiting for the Bulldogs to put the ball in the tee. We'll get this game underway.
And amazingly enough, Mike, do you agree?
What was that? I'm sorry.
This may not be the only game of its type in the state of Wisconsin. There's a game going on in Milwaukee tonight, too.
Oh, is there? I didn't know about that.
Just thought you might understand that.
By the way, an extra special thanks to Jimmy Johns of Beaver Dam and Dan Olson of Country Financial in Beaver Dam for being our video sponsors for the video stream of this game tonight on dailydodge.com. And the ball being placed on the tee here as we speak. It is going to be Brady Jerome to kick it off for the Bulldogs. And here we go as the approach by Jerome. The kick is in the air, short end-over-end kick, and it will bounce near the 20-yard line, and it's a scramble. It was a live ball, and Markesan falls on it, but interesting that nobody seemed to want to get to that ball, and it just kind of bounced and died in the grass, and finally the Hornets fell on it with pressure coming, and they'll have it around the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. So rather interesting start to the game, but here we go. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets, and they will have it right about the, what are they discussing here now?
Good question.
The referees are discussing something. They haven't even placed the ball down yet. Kind of an anticlimactic start to this game.
Should be at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Markesan heading left to right. That's
right. Was my impression.
Minor intelligence will tell you that much.
Well, that's where they place it. So all right, just underway here in this Week 9 game. Trailways large action, and the Hornets will put 2 receivers to the near side. Single receiver split wide to the left, wing back on the left side. Ty Lawson the lone setback, and Plagans is out of the gun on this 1st and 10 play for the Hornets. And he has the ball and hands it off. Lawson straight in across the 30, spin move, and gets up near the 35-yard line before being taken down in a pile of blue jerseys. Colin Moe leading the charge defensively for the Bulldogs. He had some help from his friends, and it's a pretty nice gain up to the 35, and that's a gain of about 7 on the play. Ball just shy of the 35, so we'll call it 2nd down and I guess a short 4 or a long 3. Take your pick. Plagans again out of the gun with 2 receivers to the near side. Plagans will give it up to Lawson straight ahead across the 35 to about the 36. Then he gets wrapped up almost immediately by the defensive end, James Troms. So Troms grabbed on pretty quickly after about a 1.5 yard gain, a little less than 2. It'll be 3rd and about 2 to go for the Hornets as we are now a little more than a minute gone by here in this first period.
Markesan has ran the same play both times. It's just the read option to the right side, and he's given it to Lawson both times. We'll see if what happens here on the 3rd play.
Wingbacks left and right on 3rd and 2, and the give is to Lawson. Straight ahead, he's got a 1st down out to the 40-yard line, maybe the 41. So that'll move the chains. And Lawson, they place it just to Lawson. Nothing fancy about that, just doing the dirty work up the middle. And gets a fresh set of downs for the Hornets. We're 1 minute and 24 seconds in. 1st and 10 now for Markesan from their own 40. Wingbacks left and right, single receivers left and right. And Plagans again back to Lawson. Straight ahead, out across the 45. And taken down near the 46-yard line. So a gain there of 6, almost, well, actually closer to 5 on the play, I guess. And it'll be 2nd and a long 5 coming up.
Well, there's no doubt about it. They've ran 2 plays to the right, 2 plays to the left, exactly the same play. And it won't be long, and they'll pull it out, and the quarterback will either pitch or run it himself.
From 2nd and 5, Plagans will give it to Stellmacher, and he is going to lose yardage maybe on this play as he gets taken down by Tyler Kowald, the inside linebacker. Loss of about a yard. It'll set up a 3rd down and 6 for the Hornets back at their 45-yard line. Clock is running. We've got 9.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score as of yet on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. So again, 3rd down and 6 for Markesan. Hornets have it at their own 45. Wingbacks on both sides. Single receivers to each side. But again, this time a fake. Plagans fakes the handoff out to the left side. Lunging towards the 50 and a 1st down marker. I don't know that he got it, though.
Short.
It looks like he's going to be about a yard shy. He was trying Lindert on the tackle, the freshman, Derek Lindert. But he is well shy of that stick by a good yard, almost a yard and a half. It's a 4th down situation for the Hornets. What do you do here? Is this 4-down territory? Do you try and draw them offside? I wonder if they even snap the ball. They come up and line up to go for it on 4th and a yard. Ball just shy of the midfield stripe. Plagans out of the gun. They're going to go for it. They're going to give it to Lawson. Plenty of yardage as he gets the 1st down and more. Down inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line, maybe the 42. We'll see where they mark it there, but Lawson, never a doubt, as he will get about 7 yards on that play, and it moves the chains. 8:27 to go in period number 1. No score yet on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. 1st and 10 for Markesan from the Pardeeville 43-yard line. 2 receivers to each side. Lawson the lone setback. He'll take the handoff. Left side 40. 35. And gets taken down near the 30. But Lawson bouncing to the outside that time with a nice run on that 1st down play. And he got a big chunk of yardage. In fact, very close to, he got another 1st down as a matter of fact. The gain of 11 on the play as they do mark it at about the 32-yard line.
Well, it's no surprise to anybody. Lawson is the, lines up as the fullback, and he's going to get the tough yards up the middle. Occasionally will break it a little bit to the outside, but Stellmacher is the guy that's going to do the damage around the outside.
And straight ahead, gets about 2 to the 30-yard line. Tyler Lawson, coming into this game, has rushed the ball 112 times this season for just shy of 500 yards, and that's actually over 500 now with the yardage he's racked up here in the first quarter. He has 10 touchdowns on the season. And on that play, it was a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 for the Hornets at the Pardeeville 30-yard line. Single receivers to each side, wingbacks left and right. Plagans out of that gun. Now they motion a man, and that's Stellmacher, and he'll fake the handoff. Plagans straight ahead on the keeper and dives inside the 30 and lunging down near the 27-yard line.
We got the 11th play of the drive coming up right here, Mike, and none of those trick plays yet. It's called a forward pass of a forward pass. Probably a passing situation.
Yeah, most 3rd and a long 5.
Yeah, just in 4 down right here. Out.
They've got the ball on the Pardeeville 20, and Kins on the key left side. Gets inside the 25 and lunging his way down near the 20. See where the first down he got. Yep. About on the play. He needed Fox. He got, and this drive continues for Hornets. Scores as of yet on the scoreboard with 6:41 to go. First period, but boy, an impressive opening drive for the Hornets.
Well, Mike, it goes back 3 weeks ago to Houston. Did the stop. They got 8.
1st and 10 for the Hornets. Plagans snap. He wants to throw left side. It's caught by Triggs. He's to the 10-yard line and dives inside the 10 before being brought down over on that far side of the field. But Markesan 1st down.
He got 12, down to 8.
He was tackled on the play by Ty Westbury, the cornerback. But it'll be 1st and goal now for the Hornets at the 8-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Wing back right side, and Plagans will give it to Lawson straight ahead inside the 10. Flag on the play as he dives inside the 5. There is a flag down. Let's see what the call is.
Thrown right into the fray, so no doubt probably nope, maybe a face mask.
We'll take a look here. That might be the early indication on this, and we'll get the call from our, it is a face mask on Pardeeville. So the Bulldog penalty, and
is that an automatic first down? I almost think it is.
I'm just trying to see where they're spotting the football here. It's going to be at the 1. It's inside the 1, it looks like. So they are literally that close, inside the 1. 5:46 and counting left in the first period. No score yet on the Farmers Implement scoreboard, but an automatic first down after the face mask. First and he will take the snap, give it to Lawson straight ahead, and he is.
So penalty flag, illegal procedure.
They blew the play dead. Yeah. Ooh, that is a big penalty on the Hornets. Illegal procedure. A 5-yarder is going to push him back and make it first and goal from the 5-yard line. And wow, that is costly because it looked as though Lawson was in. He was inside the 1 to begin with. So now, first down and goal, back near the 5. Lawson again the lone setback. Single receivers to each side. Anywhere, he gets stuffed on that. He's everywhere there. Riley Lentz was there, leading the charge, defensive end, but there were about 3 or 4 of his teammates also there, and that is going to be a loss of 1 on the play. It'll be second and goal back at the 7 with 4:48 and counting left in this rapidly moving first period. Markesan now with a second and goal. This time, single receivers split wide to each side. Lawson behind Plagans out of that gun, and Plagans has it, wants to throw. Pump fake, throws across the middle. It is dropped, incomplete. He threw into double coverage. He wanted to hit Triggs. Westbury was out there in coverage, so was Derek Linder. That's a dangerous throw across the middle, and Markesan's lucky that hit the carpet.
Well, good point, Mike. And he was double covered, and he pumped and then ran out of time and had to get rid of it. And tell you what, the intended receiver, Triggs, went up for it right at the goal line. Couldn't quite come down with it, but like you said, very dangerous.
All right. On third and goal, Plagans will keep it. Fakes the handoff straight ahead. Diving to the goal line. Is he in? Touchdown, Markesan. So Plagans faked the handoff, ran up the middle on a keeper, and from 7 yards away, he hits pay dirt with 4:28 to go in the first period on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. It's 6-0 Markesan.
16 plays, of which 15 of them were on the ground, and it took 7 minutes and 32 seconds, and the Markesan Hornets went 72 yards.
And now they'll go for 2. Plagans out of the gun. Going to throw, and it is incomplete. He wanted to hit Triggs, so the 2-point conversion fails. And we'll take a break with 4:28 left in the first period on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. It's Markesan 6, Pardeeville nothing. Back in 1 minute on WXRO and DailyDodge.com.
You said 1 minute?
1 minute, please.
Sounds good.
He didn't point that camera at us earlier, did he?
For a while, he did, yeah.
Oh, that means that we were like video streamed all over the world.
Absolutely.
Jesus.
Scoreboard now?
What's that?
For the basketball, there's a live scoreboard.
Oh, yeah, he was talking about that. Yeah, that's awesome. That's going to be great.
All right, boys. Have a good night.
You heading out?
Yeah.
Okay,
My
thanks.
pleasure. Take care.
Warm.
All right, now when I hear you at 8:30 in the morning, I'll know who I'm talking to. Where are you from?
Originally,
Yeah.
Arlington.
Arlington, okay.
A lot of years
I was
ago.
through there today.
Were you?
I was through there today.
You didn't see much.
I had to see a customer in Lodi.
5, 4, 3. Mike and Tim back at Pardeeville. Kickoff, and it's fielded by one of the up men near the 30, ahead to the 35, left sideline, and gets taken down near the 38-yard line. That was Troms on the return. It was a very short kick. Troms on the short return up the left side, and Pardeeville with the print of the night. It comes with 4:23 remaining. Number one scoreboard scored. It is 6-0.
Well, when you take 7 minutes and 32 seconds off the on your initial drive, and you put 6 points on the board, that's the key.
On first and Pardeeville keeping on the ground, and off the right side, spinning out across the 30, about the 3 Bulldogs on that play. That was Derek Linder, and a fine freshman. He is a freshman, 6 feet tall, 165, and he starts on both sides of the ball. Defense talent. He's low snap. That is disaster all over it. Kowald had fall on it, and Kowald recovers that. And it's going to be a loss on the play of what? 4 yards, 10.
By the way, I pretty much guarantee you, I'm not, I could get this verified by somebody, but Derek Lindert, no doubt, the son of Chris Lindert, who is an assistant football coach.
High snap this time. Burns back to throw, right side. It is caught out there by Troms. The tight end breaks a tackle. Up the sideline, out across the 50 for a first down. He was dragging a tackler with him. How about that? Troms dragged Christian Schwant, the safety, with him up the sideline and got a first down.
Yeah, well, he should have been brought down for about a 6-yard gain. And it just showed his toughness and determination to get that first down. Well done.
All right, 1st and 10 for Pardeeville at the 49-yard line of Markesan, going right to left. Handoff, this is Lindert. Cuts to the right, now cuts left and gets inside the 45 and down near the 43-yard line before being tackled on the play by Noah Mast. That's a pretty nice run on first down. Went to the right, and will cut back towards the middle. He picked up a good 6, almost 7 on the play. We'll call it a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs. Looks like he went to hit Troms again over on the right side. Schwant was again out there in coverage, but it's incomplete.
Well, he sort of put his intended receiver out to dry on that one. He threw it real high, and the defensive back was right there, and oh my, he just got smoked in the ribs. And very honestly, the ball went up in the air. Markesan make the play, but not the case. We'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Single receivers left and right, and a handoff, and that's not going anywhere. Kowald dropped for a loss of a couple of yards. Yeah, a good 3 or 4 yards he lost there, and that's going to set up 4th and about 8. Well, the Markesan wasn't fooled by that one as Kowald took the handoff and was hit almost immediately in the backfield.
Well, that was a counter, Mike, and something that Markesan, I'm sure, had seen on film throughout the week, and the first time that Pardeeville ran the play, but it was scouted well, and a 3-yard loss. Oh,
so
boy.
A 4th down situation, a punt here for Pardeeville, and it will be, well, Stelmacher back, and he falls on it near the 10. He actually bobbled it a little bit, and there was a Pardeeville player nearby. That was Lindert that dove after it, but Stelmacher was able to cover it up. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Markesan back at their own 10-yard line. We have a minute and 40 seconds left in this first period on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. It is Markesan 6, Pardeeville nothing.
Ball back there on the punt. He's going to get himself a talking to. That was
Stelmacher, yep.
That was not a real opportunistic play right there.
On 1st and 10 for Markesan. They motion a man to the near side. That's Stelmacher, but they hand it off, and trying to go up the gut was Caden Plagans, wingback. And I don't know that he got much of anything there. Maybe a half a yard?
We're going to give him a yard.
We'll give him one. We don't deal in halves, or we don't deal in fractions on this broadcast. So it's a gain of 1. Second and a long 9 coming up for Markesan. $1:14 and counting left in the opening stanza. Hornets lead the Bulldogs 6-0. And right now, 2nd and 9 for Markesan from its own 11. Mike Tronson, Tim Haldeman back at Pardeeville High School. Autumn is our engineer tonight back at the WXRO studios. Justin is our on-site cameraman and running all the video equipment for our Daily Dodge video stream of tonight's game between the Bulldogs and the Hornets. Second quarter getting underway. And on the Farmers Implement scoreboard, it's nothing. Mark Hicks and Pardeeville is in with a third down. Legan's out of the gun, throwing, and it's going to be caught by Triggs. He's at the 30. The third break at the 32-yard line before brought down Westbear and Linder. But that's a first down for Markesan.
You got 12 on the play, and I'll tell you, a good snap from the center. The quarterback, Legan's just grips it. He makes the move out of the defensive back. On 3rd and 11.
We're not watching our video stream on Daily.com. We can tell you Markesan moving right to left in this second period tonight. 1st and 10 for the Hornets from their own 4. Long out of 5 to about the 38, maybe the 39-yard line. He was tackled by Spencer Stilson. But pickup of about 5 on that play. It'll be 2nd and 5. We want to thank Dan Olson of Country Financial for being our video stream sponsors of tonight's game on dailydodge.com. And, of course, even if you're not watching the video stream, glad you're listening the old-fashioned way on the radio. That's always a good thing, too. Glad to have you aboard. 2nd and 5 for the Hornets. Trips to the left. Plagan's going to hand it off, though. Lawson up the middle. And fighting for yardage to the 40-yard line. So Lawson's going to pick up about a yard. Not much. Again, he was fighting for it. Right up the heart of that Bulldog defense. 10.5 minutes to go until intermission. And on the Farmers Implement scoreboard, it remains Markesan 6 and Pardeeville nothing. The only score of the game thus far, Markesan QB Craig Plagans with a 7-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. The 2-point conversion failed, and that's how we got to our 6-0 score. Single receivers left and right, wingbacks left and right. Plagan's going to throw out to the near side. Stelmacher has it, 45. He's to the 50, 45, and run out of bounds on the near sideline. Near the 43-yard line, Kowald knocked him out, but that's another big gainer, another first down. As the Hornets have moved into enemy territory, they'll have it 1st and 10 around the 43-yard line of Pardeeville.
And you just want to isolate him out on the edges and just flip it up in the air, let him run under it, and then make some moves on either the safety or the linebacker, whoever has him.
1st and 10 now for the Hornets from the Pardeeville 43. Wingbacks left and right, receivers wide to the left and right. And Plagan's going to keep it straight ahead and pushing the pile, not a whole lot, but he might get a yard or two. Depends on the spot. Plagan's, they're going to give him about 2, it looks like, to the 41. It'll be 2nd and 8. By the way, a score update from out of town with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Horicon Eustasport 18, Dodgeland nothing. And, of course, Horicon Eustasport with the win tonight can clinch the outright Trailways Large Conference title. All right, 2nd and 8 now for the Hornets from the Pardeeville 41. They motion a man. But Plagan's going to run to the right side. He's to the 40. Little cutback, 35, and gets inside the 35 before being tackled around the 34 by Lindert and Kowald.
Gain of 7 on the play down to the 35. And there was a case right there where he just took the snap and, faked the handoff in the backfield and student body right, and he had a number of white shirts out there sort of leading the way for him.
Just under 9 minutes left in the first half. 6-0 Markesan leads on the Farmers Implement scoreboard.
The first drive took 16 plays.
The motion man coming to the near side, faking the hand up Plagans. Now he's going to run to the left side. He's to the 35, he's to the 30, 25 outside, 20, 15, and he steps out of bounds just shy of the 10-yard line. Another big gainer. Let's see where they mark it here. Like I said, he stepped out just shy of the 10, but
out at the 12.
Okay, so that's a 23-yard gain.
And I'll tell you what, a guy in the backfield had a shot at him. That was supposed to be a pass.
Well, but Plagans did it with his feet, and now Markesan in the red zone. 1st and 10 for the Hornets from the 12-yard line of Pardeeville. Receivers to each side. Lawson again the lone setback. Plagans has it out of the gun, throwing right side, low throw, and caught by Caden Plagans at the 10-yard line. He got about 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he would have thrown that ball the right way,
he was wide open.
That was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown. Yep,
because,
absolutely.
Caden Plagans had to go to his knees just to get the 2-yard gain. But, man, there was a lot of room out there, and he had an easy touchdown if it would have been a good pass.
Make it 2nd down and 8 for the Hornets from the Pardeeville 10-yard line. And Craig Plagans in that gun has the snap and hands it off, and that's Caden Plagans who came around on the counter. And now a late flag comes in at the end of the play. Plagans got tackled for a loss, but a flag came in from the near side of what we've got here with 7:42 remaining in the second quarter. Farmers Implement scoreboard reads Markesan 6, Pardeeville nothing. Hornets trying to add to that lead. Again, Hornets at 6-2 overall on the year, and they want to get a home game in week 1 of the postseason next week. And certainly a win tonight would go a long way in helping that happen. Pardeeville, though, they need to win to get in. And now we'll get a signal from our official.
Dead ball foul. It was after the play.
Yep. Unsportsmanlike
conduct.
Personal foul on the Bulldogs.
Wow.
That's a big penalty.
Yeah, like you said, Mike, it came in real late from the line judge on the near sideline, and it was something right during the tackle. If he just let off with a hard right to the chops or something, but the ball will be placed at the 6-yard line when this is all said and done, and that's an automatic first down.
So we'll get the ball spotted.
Well,
and as we said again, well, they've got it right now at the 6.
Yep, 1st and goal. Well,
first and goal, no doubt.
That's what the PA guy says, but they got 3rd and about 3
now
on
that's
the far side.
That the chains are not correct, are they?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Yep. Oh, no, I guess they are. 3rd, well, I thought that was the first down. So it's going to be 3rd down from the 6. Plagans takes the snap, throw and push back.
Oh, let's see here. I think he's got the first down. It's very, very close, but I think he's
How was that last play not an automatic first down?
That's, good question.
In a personal foul, and I'm just wondering how that wasn't a first down.
That was a 3-yard gain by quarterback Craig Plagans, who now has 9 carries for 54 yards from his quarterback position, and you combine that with 10 rushes for Lawson for 44 yards, and that's a pretty good start for the first 2 drives of the night.
1st and goal for Markesan from the 2. They've got trips to the left. Plagans, though, hands it right off to Lawson, straight ahead. Did he get in? No signal yet.
No, just short.
He's just short. It was close. So he picked up a good yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal now from the 1. 6:45 and counting left in the second period of this rapidly moving first half. On the Farmers Implement scoreboard, it is the Hornets 6, the Bulldogs nothing. However, the Hornets right now knocking on the door once more with a 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Single receivers wide to each side. Wingbacks left and right.
Whoa.
High snapper off the hands of Plagans. He has to go back and fall on it at the 10-yard line. So that snap, a little bit high, caught him by surprise maybe as it went off his fingertips, and he was able to go back and fall on it, but that's a loss of 9 on the play, back to the 10, and now all of a sudden it's 4-down territory. But boy, that is a huge, huge play, and it's going to make life a lot more difficult for the Hornets if they want to punch it in.
And we got a whistle, timeout.
Timeout by Pardeeville. So Pardeeville calls timeout with 5:52 left in period number 2 on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. It's marked 1 minute.
That's what I thought.
3,
2,
2,
1.
Back to live action. It's now 3rd down and goal for Markesan, back at the 10-yard line. Plagans out of that familiar pistol, takes the snap, looking to throw. Launches it to the end zone. Pretty good coverage out there. Westbury in coverage. And also in coverage was Tyler Schomer, the sophomore cornerback. They'll stop the clock with 5:48 remaining until halftime festivities here
let's
at
this
Pardeeville.
out, Mike. We played just a smidge over 18 minutes of football, and Pardeeville has had the football for 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
4th down and goal for Markesan from the 10. Plagans to throw.
Oh, wide
Left
open.
side, got Stelmacher.
Oh.
He dropped it. Incomplete. Stelmacher wide open on the left side of the end zone. He had several steps on the defender, and he dropped the football. The ball's going to go over on downs to Pardeeville. What a break for the Bulldogs. And I tell you what, Max Stelmacher is a very talented young man. He's not going to drop too many of those. I'm sure he's just beside himself. He couldn't hang on to that one.
Well, he's playing cornerback right now, so that helps. You know, when you go both ways, it gives you something else to think about. But, yeah, that hit him right smack dab between the 1 and the 3.
I mean, Stelmacher has 4 rushing touchdowns this year. He also has a receiving touchdown. And Pardeeville's going to throw on West first and 10. It's incomplete. 10 mark, and again off the mark and 10 for the Bulldogs. 5:40 to go in period number 2. And on that Farmers Implement scoreboard, it remains Markesan 6. And checking that Brewer score there, Tim.
1-0 Dodgers in the second.
All right, it's very early though. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. And the handoff, and this goes to Lindert, and he went towards the right, then made a little cutback and got taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain or loss, as the Markesan defense was ready up the middle, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now for Pardeeville. Well, this, I mean, if you're the Hornets here and come up with a big defensive stop, force a 3 and out, you would expect that you would get pretty good field position out of this. So Pardeeville with that 3rd down and 10. Burns fakes the handoff, throws. It's caught by Lindert at the 10, left side, trying to break a tackle. He can't get by Triggs. Triggs wrapped him up after a short gain as he lunged out to the 14-yard line. Actually, they'll give him, just shy of the 15, so Gain of close to 5 on that play, but it's 4th down and now a punting situation for the Bulldogs as that clock continues to run. We're now down to 4:40 remaining in the first half of play on this very chilly night. Definitely good football weather tonight. Here's the snap back, and the punt is blocked. The ball's into the end zone. There's a scramble. Who's got it? Markesan celebrating. Let's see. No signal yet.
Yep. Markesan's got it.
Did they get it?
Yep.
Touchdown Hornets. I'm just trying to see who might have recovered it.
I'm thinking 50.
It was Bryce Friday then.
Yep.
I never saw an official signal touchdown. Now they do.
Yep.
So that we finally got an official signal. It looked like a touchdown, but we weren't 100% sure. Bryce Friday recovers the blocked kick in the end zone with 4:23 to go in the second. And it's now 12-0 in favor of Markesan. My favorite name in all of high school football, Bryce Friday. And he recovers the blocked kick to make it 12-0. And now we've got a timeout being called by Pardeeville. We'll keep it right here pending the 2-point conversion try. Remember, Markesan does not have a kicking game. So they're going to go for 2 every time. And Pardeeville decides they're going to call a timeout and talk about this. That is their second timeout already used here in the half.
And I thought for sure your favorite name was Bartoshevitz.
Well, that's second on the list. Or can I have 1A and 1B? There we go.
Folks, that goes back a lot of years. And Mike and I were up in Markesan, and there was, needless to say, you look at Bartoshevitz, and you don't get Bartoshevitz immediately. At least most people don't. And that was our case, and we're trying to figure out how to pronounce it. And
that was Billy Bartoshevitz, right? A couple of years back?
Oh, yeah. More than a couple.
Yeah, it's been probably, 5, 6, 7 years, maybe?
Oh, my.
I tell you, we've had so much fun in Markesan over the years, haven't we? among other places. 0 for 2. Try and make it a 14-point game. Plagans in the gun, trips to the right. Plagans wants to throw, fade to the left corner. Triggs, did he catch it? Yes!
Yep.
And now they signal the 2-point conversion. Again, very slow to react, but the 2-point pass is good. So it's 14-0 Markesan with 4:23 to go in the first half on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. We're back in 1 minute on 95.3 WXRO and Daily Dodge. Four, three. Well, apparently they didn't want to wait for us to get back from break as they kick it off. Another short kick, and Pardeeville is going to get 45-yard line. But the Bulldogs right now trailing the Hornets 14-0 on the Farmers Implement scoreboard.
Well, if time of possession has anything to say, and usually it does, there's 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in this first half. And Pardeeville has had the football a grand total of 4 minutes and 3 seconds.
Wow.
That's the reason why it's 14-0.
First and 10 for Pardeeville from their own 45, moving left to right. Burns hands it off. Colwell breaks a tackle. Left side 45. He's to the outside 50. Flag in the play. And he's down near the 45.
This one's coming back.
And I believe this is a hold, and it is. So wipe that one off the board with 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining until intermission. Mike Tronson, Tim Haldeman at the football field. Autumn is our engineer back at the 95.3 studios. On site, running our video stream for DailyDodge.com is Justin. And we want to thank Justin and Autumn for helping us out tonight here on the broadcast and making this go very smoothly. Again, thanks to Dan Olson of Country Financial in Beaver Dam and Jimmy Johns of Beaver Dam, our video stream sponsors tonight. That's right. If you're at home listening on the radio and you'd like to see this game, flip on to DailyDodge.com. Check out the video stream that we've got going. You'll still be able to listen to Tim and myself. That just sweetened the pot, didn't it?
I was going to say, what a drawback.
Yeah, what a drawback, exactly. And they'll keep it on the ground. This is Linder breaking tackles across the 40-45 and out near the 47-yard line before he's tackled on the play by Michael Dilley. But a big burst of speed that time up the middle. And that gets a lot of the yardage back after the penalty.
Give him 12.
Out to the, about the 46-yard line is where they spot it. And it'll be 2nd and 9 from there. 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs at their own 46. Single receiver split wide to each side. Burns out of the gun. Split backs on either side. Handoff, Kowald left side. He's going to lose yardage. Markesan not fooled by that. Bartoshevitz led the defensive charge. He had help from Schwant. He had help from Noah Mast. And that play, a loss of about 3 on that play, back to the 43-yard line.
Kowald's having a tough night. He's got 3 carries for -10. Every one of them has been a loss.
So make it 3rd down and 12. Bulldogs at their own 43. Low snap, bobbled, picked up by Burns. He's in trouble. Steps up. Now he's going to go down. Back at around the 38-yard line. He was taken down by Tristan Dilley. And again, he bobbled the snap. It was a little bit low. Bobbled it, and by then the cavalry got there by the time he picked it up. It's going to set up 4th down and about 15 from the 40-yard line.
And Markesan has taken a timeout here. Be interesting to see if they elect to go for the block here, or if they say, hey, Mr. Triggs, it's your turn now, okay? And they try to set up the punt return.
By the way, it was Preston Watoon who blocked that punt. Watoon, just a sophomore, but that was a 5th-year senior play that he made blocking that punt, let me tell you.
Those are illegal here.
Well, right.
By the way, yeah.
Maybe in college, huh? But so a great job by Watoon. As a result, Markesan right now on the Farmers Implement scoreboard leads Pardeeville 14-0. We've got a long way to go in this ball game. And Markesan again in command, but certainly with 2+ quarters to go, anything can happen. Again, the Bulldogs in desperation mode here. They need to win to get into the playoffs next week. They were a playoff team a year ago. They lost an awful lot of talent off of last year's team, but you know what? They're still playing for something here in week 9, and that's a credit to these players and the coaching staff. And before the ball's even snapped to punt it, we've got a flag out. You know, with a lot of youth on this team, you'd like to think Coach Tyler Johnson, if he can, get these guys in the weight room in the off season, keep them together, obviously, over the next couple of years, that there should be some good things happening here in Pardeeville. And it's going to be, is it an offside? Yeah. They called offside on Markesan. Not enough to give him a first down.
No.
But a 5-yard penalty, and now it'll still be a punting situation. They put the ball down at the 45-yard line, 4th and 10. And still a punting situation. Booted away. Taking their time on the snap. Now the snap is back to Klubertans. Gets it off. High floater. And it's going to bounce, and Stelmacher just gets away from it. He was back deep, and now it'll be downed by Pardeeville back near the 20-yard line. And Markesan will take over with 2 timeouts and 2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the first half. Tonight's game brought to you by Farmers Implement of Columbus and Allenton, Dan Olson of Country Financial in Beaver Dam, Markesan State Bank, Cornerstone Funeral and Cremation Services, Reed Chrysler, Ergo Bank in Markesan and Fox Lake, Jimmy John's of Beaver Dam, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Columbus Family Dental, and Landmark Credit Union. 1st and 10 for Markesan. Hornets have it at their own 22-yard line. 2 wides to each side. Plagans in the pistol with Lawson behind him. Plagans wants to throw on 1st down. Pump fake, throws to the near side.
Wide open.
Stelmacher wide open to the 40. Near sideline 45. Breaks a tackle out near the 50 and finally gets pushed out of bounds on that play by Jacob Zupke, the outside linebacker. But a big gainer. That is going to be 28 yards on the play out to the 50. And a 1st down for the Hornets. As I said, they have 2 timeouts and plenty of time here. 2:19 left in the half, and they can possibly add some more points to the lead before they go to the locker room.
The right cornerback lost his footing, Mike, and he just hit the ground, and Stelmacher wide open.
Stripe, pump fake, now Plagan's going to roll, and he gets taken down. It's sacked on the play. Nice job by Brady Jerome, 6 foot 1 inch, 274-pound junior. He got into the backfield and sacked Plagans for a loss of about 3 on the play, back to the 47-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and about 13, just under 2 minutes to play in the half. Two receivers to each side. Plagans faking the handoff, bouncing to the right side. He's to the midfield stripe. 45-40. He'll cut to the right and gets inside the 40. And he's got another 1st down for the Hornets. So
13,
Craig
13
Plagans with a nice gain on that play. Plagans, he can run the ball. I mean, he came into this game with roughly about 300 yards rushing on the season. Now he's going to throw, pump fake. No, he's going to run. Now he goes left, he cuts right. Now he's going to throw off his back foot, incomplete, down the right sideline, intended for Schwant. That was Lindert out there in coverage, along with Chomer.
Very lucky he didn't have a offensive lineman downfield, as he initially wanted to throw the ball to the left side. That was taken away from him. And then he started to run out the left side, reversed his field completely, and appeared as though he was going to run around the right side, but he actually elected to throw the football as he...
2nd and 10 now for Markesan from the Pardeeville 40. Plagans throws left side, dropped. Incomplete, intended for Triggs. And Triggs, as the ball got there, Westbury hit him immediately. It was great timing on Westbury's part, and Triggs just couldn't hang on after the big hit by the cornerback Ty Westbury, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Minute 23 left in the half. We kind of bogged down here over the last few minutes. A lot of throws and a lot of incomplete passes over the last few minutes. A lot of clock stoppages. And on 3rd down, Plagan's going to throw again. Down the left side, incomplete. Underthrown, intended for Triggs. Again, Westbury's a nice young cornerback. He was stride for stride there with Triggs. And it's going to bring up a 4th down situation for the Hornets with a $1:18 left in the first half of play.
First punt situation for Markesan.
Yeah, absolutely. Brock Strax will punt it for the Hornets. Snap is back.
He's gonna
pressure, and he had to avoid some pressure, and he gets it off and out of bounds it goes over on the far side. Lindert was back deep, but no chance to return that as it was kicked out of bounds. But that was something else for Strax, because there was a Pardeeville defender rushing in, and he kind of had to sidestep him and kick it on the run and angle it out of bounds, which he did. It'll be 1st and 10 for Pardeeville. Looks like they're going to put it at about the, 10. Is it the 10? Yeah, right at the 10-yard line. First half. And Pardeeville with 2 receivers to the near side. Now they motion a man. That's Lindert. He comes to the near side. Burns going to throw over to Lindert. Makes the catch at the 5. And he's taken down at the 5 by Triggs. So they wanted to just dump it out to Lindert in the flats on the near side, but Triggs snuffed that out and drops him for a 5-yard loss. And it'll be 2nd and 15. And right now the clock stopped. We had a timeout called.
Yep, Markesan called a timeout.
With 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining in the second quarter, we will keep it right here. Well, again, next week, it's week 1, level 1 of the WIAA high school football playoffs. We will have games for you right here on WXRO and our sister station WBEV. Of course, also streamed on dailydodge.com. And stay tuned. Be carrying, then they should be out by Monday, where our announced microphones will for week season. But I have a pretty good Markesan in the post. There's some other teams in the area that are very good candidates to be broadcast next week, including maybe Fall River and Horicon Eustisford and Dodgeland, some good teams in the area. And again, we'll announce our coverage as soon as we finalize that here after the things come out. All right, live action, 2nd 15 now for dropped.
Nope.
It was dropped by Kowald, who's having, you said, Tim, earlier, a little bit of a rough night. Shevitz was there in coverage, and now you've got a 3rd and long situation in the shadow of your own goalpost, and Markesan's thinking, hey, we can force a punt here, get pretty good field position, maybe we can put some points on the board.
Well, Markesan only has 1 timeout left.
Right.
If I recall correctly, and I'm sure that if Pardeeville would have ran that ball that time, they would have saved the timeout till after the next play, and then force the punt and try to block
it. On 3rd and 15, diving towards the, he'd be shy of the stick, but I'll tell you what, that was a pretty run. He got a look at that yardage.
He got 14.
Did 15, but now a timeout by Markesan. That would be their last of the half, as it's going to bring up a 4th and about 1.5 yards to go. 55 seconds remaining until intermission. And we'll keep it again right here with the Hornets leading the Bulldogs 14-0 on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. Stay tuned, because at halftime we'll have our Reed Chrysler drive of the half, and I have a pretty good idea what our drive of the half is going to be at this point. There have been some impressive drives in this first half.
Well, there's been a 16-play drive and a 17-play drive. Major difference in those 2 drives. One, the Hornets scored 6 points. The other, they scored nothing. But
Pardeeville defense, I would think, already.
Well, yeah, I would sure think. I mean, I could count the plays here very quickly. For 13, 39 plays from scrimmage. Vermont is 8, 9, 15.
All right. And Klubertans goes back to punt it. Stelmacher deep to receive inside the 50-yard line. And here's the snap. The punt. Going to take a part. Here's Pardeeville bounce across the 50. It's away from it. Will down it at the Markesan 46-yard line. So the Hornets will have it 1st and 10 from their own 46 with 45 seconds remaining in this. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they are out of timeouts now.
Should be.
But we'll see if they can, they're capable of scoring quick. That is for sure. Meanwhile, for Pardeeville, the offensive drought continues. They were shut out each of the last 2 weeks, and they've been shut out so far here in the first half tonight. First and 10 for the Hornets. Throw towards the near. Plagan's going to side and hook and line. They call it an incomplete pass.
What?
I don't know the Triggs. You saw it right away, Tim, that he wanted to do the old hook and ladder play where they would just give it to Stelmacher, and I like the idea a little here in week 9, but couldn't hang on.
I'd like to see that one on instant replay. because I thought the
Tell our
initial
Daily Dodge
receiver-
cameras to roll the instant replay. Huh?
I thought the initial receiver caught the football. Yeah, the PA guy to my right's going, yeah.
It looked like it, but then again, you don't know for sure. But anyway, 2nd and 10. Plagans has the low snap, pump fake, going to throw. Might have been tipped, and it's caught across the middle by Triggs.
First down.
He hung on. He got the first down to the 39-yard line. That's about a 15-yard gain.
That is 17-yard gain.
Beg your pardon.
Not a problem, Mike.
And they're in the hurry up here with 32 seconds left. 1st and 10 for the Hornets at the 39 of Pardeeville, and this play is blown dead as Plagans took the snap. Let's check out the call from our official illegal procedure. So a 5-yard penalty will push it back to the 45. 1st and 15. 27 seconds remaining until halftime. Plagans out of the gun, trips to the right. Plagans, time, wants to throw, but now he's floating one near that pass on the near sideline, but it was well short. Coverage by Westbury and also Alan Corris out there, sophomore.
Plagans got flushed out of the pocket, rolling to the near side, which is his not his strong side due to the fact that he's a right-handed thrower.
Yep.
And just couldn't square up the shoulders and couldn't get anything behind the pass and fell harmlessly to the ground. 2nd and 15 at the Bulldog 45.
10 seconds left in the half. 14-0 Markesan leads Pardeeville on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. Plagans will hand it up, and then that is nothing happening up the middle. They gave it to Bartashevitz, and he gets stuffed. And that's going to do it as the clock hits double zeros. The first half has come to an end here at Pardeeville, and at intermission on the Farmers Implement scoreboard, it is Markesan 14, Pardeeville nothing. Stay with us as our halftime report comes up right after this. You're listening to the high school football game of the week on 95.3 WXR. touchdown run to cap it off. As I was earlier when you were going over some of the stats, one of the press box folks came up and said that the Brewers pitcher hit a home run.
What?
Said Woodruff? Is Woodruff? Who's Woodruff?
Woodruff? Come on. He's a pitcher.
No, I know he's a pitcher. Brandon Woodruff? Is that? Yeah.
Brandon Woodruff. Wow.
I didn't know he was pitching tonight, though.
Well, he didn't start.
Of course, he didn't start. That's true. That's right. The way council runs that operation, that's true.
We had an outgetter. His name was Gio Gonzalez.
By the way, what inning are they in now? It's tied at 1?
In the third.
They're in the third.
Yep.
So you're telling me that Gio Gonzalez didn't even last through the third inning?
Oh, my goodness.
Another score coming in here.
Score from our scout out there on the road, Dan Simon, none other. Houston 40, Dodgeland zip at the half. Holy cats.
Well, it looks as though Horicon Eustasport is going to clinch the outright Trailways Large Conference title. And you know what? That's going to, if that holds, which it should, that's going to end Markesan's reign atop the conference, because Markesan, I believe, the 3-time defending conference champs. But you know what? As disappointing as that might be for the Markesan fans, nothing to apologize for when you're 6-2 and possibly going to be 7-2 at the end of this one. There certainly isn't. You don't have to apologize for that. It's tough to get wins in high school football at any level, and Markesan's still having a very solid season, but Horicon Eustasport all over Dodge when they played Markesan, just how good that
they've got some, and when given position, that's what we found out after the first 2 initial drives by Houston. Just gave them horrible field position, and they had to try to dig out of a hole, and they couldn't do it. But once they were given the opportunity to get out near the 20-yard line, their skill people were outstanding. And boy, I'll tell you, they got out in the wide open spaces, and there was just no stopping them. I mean, it was all over rather quickly. You could tell at halftime. It was 20-2, 21-2 or something at halftime, and boy, they just won going away that
time over there. They served Horicon leading 40-0 here on the score. Farmers implement the scoreboard. Nothing. You hear the Pardeeville in the background right now. It's home here at Pardeeville tonight, and so a little bit longer than usual for the halftime festivities. And of course, these are exciting times here. Passed a referendum, and they're adding on a lot of new facilities, a lot of new amenities here at Pardeeville High School. As a matter of fact, a new weight room for the football team. They're excited about that. That's coming in, and they're getting a new library, getting a brand new auditorium and band, and they're also getting a new construction zone. But that's exciting for a small community like Pardeeville. Congratulations to them for investing in their passing that referendum. Those are new things to have to deal with, but you know what? They made a commitment to the kids and their school and the future and facilities here when they're all done.
Yeah, and there's a base diamond right over there,
right?
That was dedicated to one of my good buddies. And you think I can think of his name right now? He's such a good buddy.
And you can't remember?
I'm having one of those 65-degree moments. I'll think of it.
Well, I believe the football field is dedicated to Bob Ostad, if I'm not mistaken. And they have some really nice athletic facilities here at Pardeeville High School. And this football field with the track and the bleachers, there's Kim mentioned the base field, base and soft fields just across the way. Some very nice facilities. Did you find it out, Tim?
I figured it out. Bill Peeble.
Okay, there we go.
Long-time coach, baseball coach up here. Prior to that, he was head coach at Madison Area Technical College way back in the early 90s. And I actually umpired his teams way back then. And Bill has been a good friend of mine. And his grandson actually is pretty fine baseball player, and he's down at Madison Edgewood High School. I think he's going to be he's probably about a junior this year, if I had to guess. Years and a good baseball guy, and I'm sure right now, if he's listening, he's watching the Brewers in warm comfort. Either that, or he's at the game himself, one or the other, which is where I probably should be, but my agent failed once again to negotiate the contract.
I'm glad you're with me here in Pardeeville.
Okay, well, I will be in Milwaukee tomorrow. And I will be there. Godson tomorrow.
Nice.
I went to a game together was when we watched Niger Morgan cross home plate against T-Plush. Who threw out the first ball last
right,
week.
Who did, yeah.
See that? T-Plush. Oh, what a
I think the first pitch tonight, if I'm mistaken. I think he was supposed to schedule to do that.
84 years old. Somebody tell me today that now where they heard this, I don't know if this is rumor or what, and by no means is this, but said that if the Brewers were to this year, he'd hang up. That's the rumor.
Well,
and hey, we'll go out a winner.
Go out a winner. Yeah, go out on top.
That
Absolutely.
Would really be something.
And he deserves to call a World Series. He really does. I hope he gets.
Think about Milwaukee baseball. The greatest announcer, one of the greatest announcers of all time, broadcasters on radio, in Bob Uecker, grew up in Milwaukee.
He's a Milwaukee native.
Milwaukee native.
Yeah.
Our man dug in locker at County Stadium, and then went on to a college career. Went on to Major League Baseball. I won't say
scored the winning run in two different World Series.
World Series, once with the Diamondbacks, once with the Marlins, and I could still see him putting a home plate, And it was 01, 02, I'm sure, but yeah, I mean, when it's homegrown stuff, homegrown people are doing what they're doing, it just adds something special to the whole thing. Yeah, let's say 82 was rather special for all the baseball fans here in Wisconsin with Molitor, Yount, Gantner, and crew. No pun intended, I guess. Yeah, that was an awful fun. But this one, whether or not we even is of course in question as we look at it.
Still tied at one.
Still tied at one. But let's make it through nothing to Steve. They've won 11 games in. I mean, that's completely unheard of this time. I mean, I don't remember the last.
That bodes very well, and the reason I say that is because, as you know, Tim, this time of year, in a lot of cases, it's not the best team that wins the World Series. It's hot right time.
Yeah.
And you can say that probably in any sport when you get to the right. There's a question about it. I mean, as you said, in a row, we'll see what happens here tonight if they can make it 12 in a row. But everybody's pulling for them. We're all excited. I grew up in the 20s, and back in the late 90s and early 90s, I saw what a win under the World Series can do for a community. I mean, I lived it with the Twins in 1987 and again in 1991 when they won the World Series, both those years. The level around unity was just at a fever pitch. It was something to behold. I was down for a parade downtown Minneapolis after the Twins had won the American League pennant in '87, and it was just pure euphoric, just joy. I was 12 years old, going 13, and I couldn't believe I was in the middle of it, and it was just so exciting. And I've seen what it can do to a community. And you could probably say that about any sport. Sports brings us together. It touches people. It just gives us something positive a lot of times to enjoy, and when there's so much other stuff going on around us that maybe isn't so positive. So let's hope that they can make a run here and continue this run.
Yeah, that would be awesome. As we take a look once again, it's still tied at 1 at this very moment, at least on my phone.
Let's hope that's still accurate for you. But our score here at Pardeeville is Markesan 14, Pardeeville nothing on our Farmers Implement scoreboard. Tell you what, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get you ready for the third quarter right. Here we go.
So runners
5,
on first and second.
3. Mike and Tim back at Pardeeville getting you set for the start of the third quarter of our Trailways Large matchup. It's our high school football game of the week, the regular season finale, and at the break right now it's 14-0 Markesan leading Pardeeville on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. Tonight's game State Bank, Cornerstone Funeral and Cremation Services, Reed Chrysler, Ergo Bank in Markesan and Fox Lake, Jimmy John's of Beaver Dam, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Columbus Family Dental, and Landmark Credit Union. Special shout out to Dan Olson of Country Financial and Jimmy John's of Beaver Dam for being our video stream sponsors tonight. Of course, we've been video streaming tonight's game as well as audio streaming on our website, dailydodge.com. And we've got Justin to our left over here. He's running the controls for the video stream, so thanks, Justin, for all your good work tonight. And, of course, want to thank Autumn, our engineer, back at the WXRO studios. We got a nice email here in a few moments ago from one of our listeners, Matt Yankee, checking in. Says hi. He says, great announcers. What game are you listening to, buddy? You must be listening to Euchre.
Yeah, there you go.
He says, hi, great announcers, living and drinking the high life, milking cows and eating bacon and peanuts in the greater Markesan area. Now, if that isn't living the dream, I don't know what is. He says, drink lots of milk and eat even more cheese, butter, and ice cream.
Well, Matt, do me a favor, will you? I guarantee you I will be officiating some basketball up in Markesan this winter, and I'll be the guy in the black and white stripes with a whistle in his mouth. That'll be me, all right? So you come on over prior to the game and introduce yourself, and I will thank you for your kindness in reaching out to us tonight. I hope you're able to make a basketball game or two, and the guys at the table.
Thanks for the email, Matt.
Pete,
we appreciate
Pete, always at the table.
Appreciate that email, Matt. And if you're listening tonight and would like to send us an email and check in, we'd love to hear from you. Just send an email to WBEV Sports. That's all one word, WBEV Sports at hotmail.com, and we'll give you a shout out on the air. Mention your name and where you're listening from, and I guess anything else you think is important, but definitely give us your name and where you're from, and we'll give you a shout out on the broadcast. Again, that's WBEV Sports at hotmail.com. Send us an email. We'll mention you on the second half of tonight's game. Now it's going to be Pardeeville to receive the second half kickoff. Again, 14-0 our score. Markesan in front as we get set to kick off this third quarter of play. And again, we had that little bit longer than usual halftime, but it's hey, it's a fun weekend here. It's homecoming at Pardeeville, and we had the band out there. We had the dance team out there. We had the introduction of the royalty, so a lot going on. And this is going to be Tyler Lawson to kick it away for Markesan. And we've got Westbury and Linder back deep to receive for the Bulldogs. So here we go, second half getting underway with Markesan ahead 14-0 on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. Here's the approach by Lawson, and the end over is Westbury across the 35, and he gets taken down at around the 37-yard line. He was tackled on the play by Adam Weber. And that's where the Bulldogs will have it, looking to end that offensive drought. Again, they have not scored in the last couple of games. Last time they got points was in their game, a win over Montello Princeton Green Lake back on September 21st. Let's see if they can break the drought and maybe get back into this one here. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 39-yard line, moving left to right in this third quarter of play. And we've got a new quarterback in there, and he'll keep it on first down and dives towards the 40, but yep, I think he's going to get stopped for no gain. The quarterback was Dan Wolford, a junior, 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. And again, they had Nick Burns in there in the first half playing quarterback, and now they've switched, at least in this drive, to Wolford.
Zero.
It's no gain or loss.
He got a couple inches. Well, you know, when you've scored one touchdown, Mike, in 3.5 games, it's probably time.
Yeah, they're due. There's no doubt about it.
Make a change, some kind of a drastic change, you know, even if it's practice for next year.
Single receivers left and right. Wolford has the snap out of the gun, tosses it off to Westbury in the near side, and he's not going anywhere. Markesan swarming all over that. Bryce Friday leading the defensive charge. He had some help from some of his friends. Josh Baining was there. No gain or loss, so that's 2 plays with no gain or loss. And now 3rd and 10 for Pardeeville. Bulldogs have it at their own 39, just underway, early third quarter on a chilly October evening. This is football weather and then some. And they'll put single wides to each side. This time Wolford's going to duck under center. Wingback left side. Now they motion him. Now he's going to actually go to the backfield. Takes the toss. This is Leonard. He wants to throw. And he's going to throw. And they right back to Wolford, who makes the catch at the 40-45. And he's tackled from behind out near the 47-yard line. Triggs brings him down. But they almost got a first down out of that. He's going to be shy by about a yard or two. But I tell you what, they almost got a first down out of that.
Yep, they got 9 yards in that play.
Going to set up 4th and 1.
That was an interesting play right there. They might just go for it.
Well, and again, you're desperate because you've got to win to get in the playoffs. You're down 14-0. I don't have a problem if they go for it here on 4th and 1. Looks like they will.
Wolfert caught the pass, right?
He did.
Who threw it?
That was Linder, number 5.
Ah, okay.
All right, so 4th and about 1.5 yards for the Bulldogs from their own 48. They'll go for it. Down 14-0. And quarterback keeper, Wolfert. Oh, this is close. It depends on the spot.
They gave it to him.
I think they did.
Yep.
It was very close. Needed about 1.5 yards, and he will get the first down. So that was a gutsy call, and they go for it, and they get it. Hey, Tyler Lawson worked tonight, unable to make the game, and she's enjoying listening to it on Daily Dodge, and she says, go Hornets. Thanks for checking in. That was Bell that checked in. Bell Burtz. Low snap, and this is Wolfert. Digs it out, but then he gets taken down almost immediately. And Triggs and company there defensively.
Loss of 3.
And so that'll set up a 2nd down and 13 for Pardeeville back at their own 47-yard line. Just under 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, Tyler Lawson, your boy there, Bell, has had a fine season. He's done some nice things for this Hornets team this year. Came into the game with, 10 touchdowns on the year. 10 rushing touchdowns and over 500 yards on the ground. All right, this is Linder, 50, 45, right sideline 40, breaking tackles, 35, and down inside the 35, near the 32-yard line before being tackled by Schwann. Well, there's a spark for Pardeeville. Derek Lindert, the freshman, we talked about him a little bit earlier, getting a first down and then some. They're going to mark this down at the 31-yard line, actually. So that is a gain of, 21, almost 22 on the play. And like I said, the Bulldogs, they are desperate. This is a playoff game for them. This is a must-win to make it to next week, and they can really make this interesting if they can punch it in. 1st and 10. They've got it at the Markesan 31. Wolford now out of the gun, has the snap, rolling to the left. He's being chased here. Look out, Boamast. Michael Dilly was also there. There were a couple of white jerseys coming in hard and fast, and that's a big loss on the play. Yep, they're going to mark this back now
37
at about the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and long now for the Bulldogs. Clock continuing to tick, 7:34 and counting left 3rd quarter. 14-0 Markesan leads Pardeeville on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. 2nd and about 15. Wolfert back out of the gun, has the snap, wants to throw. He's got good protection. He's going to launch it downfield, and it is incomplete. Flags everywhere. It was intended for Linder down near the 5-yard line. Baining was there in coverage, and they may get Baining for interference here.
Yep, both of the gentlemen down there threw penalty flags, and we'll see if they are both in agreement that it's on the same player.
Just waiting for the
rather long discussion.
Yeah.
And now the guy in the white hat comes down to get into the discussion. Fellas, pepperoni or sausage?
Hey, I'm already hungry. Don't make me more hungry, all right?
You're having pizza after the game. I know this one already.
Did I? When did I say that?
Oh, come on.
When did I ever say that?
Well, what do we got? Interference on the defense.
So it is pass interference in NFL. It's not at the spot of the foul. And it's going to give the Bulldogs a first down deep in Markesan territory with 7:17 to go in period number 3. 14-0 Hornets lead the Bulldogs on our Pardeeville 22.
Now they're giving them an automatic first down. Well, pass interference is always an automatic first down.
Right. The ball's at the, what, about the 23 there?
Oh, boy, the guys in the sticks are confused.
Yeah, they're very confused as they can't.
First down, fellas. First down.
The sticks are.
They haven't figured it
Well,
out yet.
they think Markesan, I think, has the football because they've got it. They've got to get that set before we snap the football. So a little confusion here.
Oh, they got the memo.
It looked like they were ready to start going the other way, and still trying to get it set.
Well, now the referees are talking. Maybe the referee pointed the wrong way. You think?
It's very possible. And okay,
Yep,
now
they got
now they're moving them.
Right
Yep,
away.
here we go. We'll get there. That's all right. I don't have any plans. I have no plans tonight. So.
Yeah.
So it's 1st and 10 for Pardeeville. And the ball now at the 22-yard line, we'll call it. So it took a little while, but we figured it out. It just dropped a few more degrees when we were trying to figure it out. First and 10. Snap, pump, fake, left and right. Throw, on touchdown, Lindert! He got it inside the 5, near the sideline, and takes it in. A 22-yard touchdown for Pardeeville. They're back in the game. It's 14-6, Markesan. Look out, game is on.
There is a flag.
Whoops.
Now a flag on the play. Let's see here. Let's see if this is going to stand.
Holding Pardeeville. Oh, my goodness.
And it's
Oh, my goodness.
coming back.
Yeah, you know, there was a guy that appeared to be right at the feet of the quarterback, and he was there for quite a while. And I just sort of wondered why he wasn't attempting to make any kind of a play. Well, I think I just found out why. Now the referees are conferring. Mike, we're talking anchovies now. Anchovies.
Oh, my.
Oh, good gracious. Come on, fellas. What do we got? I know these guys. We'll have a little discussion about this and a few laughs someday. The gentleman in the white hat has picked up the flag, and he has indicated holding on Pardeeville, and they get to come over here and explain it to Pardeeville's coaching staff, which is never real fun thing to do. But that's part of the battle of being a football official.
And for a few moments, it looked like Pardeeville had finally ended the offensive drought, and at least for now, they're still scoreless as the penalty wipes out what would have been a 22-yard touchdown pass from Wolfert to Lindert. So anyways, it's now going to be 1st and about 22 for Pardeeville. They've got it now back at about the 33-yard line. Wolfert under center. And will option yep.
Pass.
To Lindert, halfback option. He's going to throw. It is almost intercepted. It was intended for Chorus down there near the 10, and Schwant darn near intercepted it.
Did Lindert throw that?
He did.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, they tossed it. Yeah, Wolfert tossed to Lindert. They ran the halfback option. Lindert threw it, and lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, into double coverage.
Schwant darn near picked it off. So that stops the clock. Markesan on top of Pardeeville on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. And now a 2nd down and 21 from the 33-yard line. So Pardeeville in Markesan territory, but it's 2nd and long. Trom's the tight end on the left side of the line. Slip backs on either side of Wolfert out of the gun on this 2nd and long play, and somebody moved. Yep.
Offside.
It looked like it's going to be offside. I didn't see anybody on the offensive line flinch. So that's exactly what it'll be on the Hornets. Another 5 yards it's still going to be second and long for the Bulldogs, but now you're looking at second and about 17. Ball to the 28-yard line. Single receivers wide to each side, again split backs. Wolford will give it to Kowald. Left side of the gun is grabbed on, and they mark it right at the 29.
He actually lost it.
Yeah, he actually lost you right. He did. He's back about a yard from where he started. And it'll set up third down and about 17, 18 yards to go.
11th play of the drive here, and there's only 6.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter, so we've almost used very similar to
the first quarter. Yeah. All right, on 16, up out of the gun, and he's going to be sacked. It's Friday night. And Bryce gets in there and drops him for a loss back at the 35-yard line, loss 6. And wow, that guy, he's something else. This entire defensive unit for Markesan has been just outstanding all season long. But Friday is, that's a talent that you don't find every day. Bryce Friday.
Yeah, I think he's going to play next year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Friday.
Somebody's going to be very glad to have him.
It says he's just a junior. My goodness.
Balls in the ground.
Yeah, long 4-down play here. Goes to be knocked down, incomplete, is down set. Let's see, it was a fourth and about 8.
Right near the quarterback, where the penalty thrown by the guy in the white hat. He's the referee. It's on Pardeeville, so they're going to decline it.
Yeah. So the penalty being declined by the Hornets, they'll take it over. 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line with 5.5 minutes to play third quarter. And that was by far the most promising drive Pardeeville's had all night. And they actually had the touchdown that was wiped away by the penalty. And again, still scoreless at this point are the Bulldogs. 14-0. Markesan leads. They've got a first 40. Gets out to the 41, maybe the 42-yard line before he's taken down from behind by Wolford. Wolford and Colin Moe, the outside linebacker, also there to help out defensively. Pretty good game, though.
I'm going to give him 7.
Yeah, I would say 7 on that play. Makes it second down and about 3. Get the ball now at the 42-yard line, or just shy thereof. 5 minutes and counting left, third period. Wingback left side, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bartoshevitz, the lone setback, and he gets taken down. And the ball, did it come loose? It did.
It did.
And no signal. Pardeeville thinks they have it.
Got it.
No signal. Now they do signal. It's Pardeeville football. The ball came loose. Bartoshevitz tried to take the hand up. Must have been a muffed exchange. And the Bulldogs are going to take over after recovering the fumble. I don't know exactly who got it, but they recover at the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Bulldogs, 4:46 to go in the third quarter.
Well, they just put themselves together a 6.5-minute drive that didn't net any points. Now they come away with great field position after the turnover and an opportunity to get themselves right back into this ball game with a play.
All right, Bulldogs with new life. 1st and 10 on the Markesan 40. Wolford out of the gun. They motion Lindert, and now flags before the ball.
That's gonna
3 flags came flying out. Illegal procedure. Yeah, they didn't miss. You don't see that many flags on the 4th of July. Yeah, they were flying everywhere.
Well, you don't see
5-yard penalty.
Ones.
Well, no, that's very true.
Yeah.
1st and 15 now, back at the 45-yard line. Again, Lindert in motion. Wolford has it out of the gun. Here comes pressure.
Oh!
and they're going to get him. Bartoshevitz and Friday on the sack. Boy, they were coming in hard and fast, and he sacked back across the other side of the 50-yard line at about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line, but Bartoshevitz and Friday were not going to be denied there. They came in hard and fast.
I'll tell you what, Wolford felt like the white cream in an Oreo cookie. He got sandwiched.
He got sandwiched. That is a
great
descriptor.
One from each side. He just got walloped. Loss on the play of
about 7 yards. Yep, and it's going to be second and 22. Right.
So a loss of about
7.
7. Okay.
Second and 22 from the 48 of Pardeeville. They're going the wrong way all of a sudden. Wolford under center this time. And he will keep it and try to go around the corner on the left side. And, yep, picked up maybe a yard or 2, but that's it. As they're going to mark it right at
we'll give them 2.
The 50. Or just shy thereof, I guess. But, yeah, give them about 2. 3rd and 20 coming up. With 3:38 to go in this third quarter. On the Farmers Implement scoreboard, it is still Markesan 14, Pardeeville nothing. And right now, a 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. School football game of the week, our last regular season broadcast. Playoffs start next week. Out of the gun is Wolford being chased by Bartoshevitz. He's going to run 50, and he gets upended at about the 47-yard line, upended by Tristan Dilly, the linebacker. And it is a gain of about 4, but that's it. It'll be 4th and about 16 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a textbook tackle by Dilly right there. Wow. Down low, just went right through the ball carrier. That's just the way you're taught to do it.
On 4th and 17, this is Klubertans back in punt formation. Takes the snap, and he'll get the kick away, floater. And it's going to bounce, and Stelmacher will actually field it back near the 15, near side 20, cut back, and he gets hit hard after crossing the 20-yard line. So Stelmacher, that time at the last second, he played it on a hop, and a few yards on the return, not a lot, but it's Markesan football with 2:27 to go, third period.
Well, I'll tell you what, after having not scored on their first drive in the second half and then given the opportunity with very good field position at the opponent's 40 after the turnover and have not taken advantage of either one of those, that's going to be detrimental to the cause. You're going to see the defense start to get tired out here rather quickly.
First and 10 side. And it didn't, his flag's down. He didn't get a whole lot, but it's a hold on Markesan. Well, thank goodness for that heat here in the press box tonight. It's been a lifesaver.
4-1 Brewers.
Wow, they just scored 2.
I see it right there, pal.
Because it was 2-1, now it's 4-1.
Yep, yep. Just in.
Keep it going. Keep it going, boys. All right, after the penalty, it's going to be 1st and 20. And Plagans on the keeper is going nowhere. The ball right around the 10-yard line.
He got nothing.
No gain or loss. Going to bring up 2nd down and long. They've got to get out to about the 32-yard line to get a first down. So it's going to be 2nd and about 22.
Yeah, I've yet to use my 2nd and a furlong all year long.
That's true. You haven't used that.
Haven't used it.
Yeah,
I'll pull it out of the mothballs right now.
You're saving it for the postseason, aren't you?
2nd and a furlong.
Okay, you didn't. That's fine. Yeah, that's a good one. One of my favorites.
I know it's a horse term, but nobody.
As he went towards the right.
Got to the 16.
Yeah, about the 16 maybe.
We'll give him 6.
Which will turn it into a 3rd down and 16. A minute 19 and counting left in the third quarter. And it's still 14-0 Hornets on top of the Bulldogs on the Farmers Implement scoreboard.
Plagans with 15 carries for 68 yards. Lawson has not carried the ball for a long time.
No, he is not.
He had 45 yards at halftime on 11 carries. And has
have you seen him out there? He didn't get hurt, did he? I mean,
take a look. You're the one with the glasses.
Because we have not seen him out there. And this is Stellmacher this time on the carry, coming to the near side.
Penalty flag.
Yep, flag comes in.
Mask. That could very easily be a face mask.
Well, I see Lawson over on the sideline. He's standing there with his teammates. He doesn't appear to be hurt, so they just decided to, I guess, try something different here in the second half. .47 seconds remaining in the third.
Personal
foul.
Horse
collar tackle on Pardeeville.
That's one of my favorite calls. Horse collar.
Well, you just had the furlong, so I guess how appropriate this came along here 2 seconds later.
Well, you're quick to jump on that one, Mike.
That's why I get paid the big bucks.
You are in mid-season form, even though it's late this season.
Oh, man.
First down is a sticks move to the cause of the Bulldogs here. 47 seconds remaining, third quarter, down 14-zip. And they haven't scored now in 3 3/4, I should say, one touchdown in 3 3/4 games.
To turn the corner, flag comes out. He could not turn the corner. That's here, but flag's out. 34 seconds remaining in the period, and
another hold.
Yep, another hold on the offense, and this will back him up. But Stellmacher in the last put a couple plays to take naps. And we talked about it that, Craig Plagans has, for the last few weeks, has been we hear in the season when they would kind of rotate hands in Stellmacher. And you made earlier when we were talking about things that, they're trying things here tonight that they're practicing to make a postseason run is what they're doing.
Without a doubt, and they pass the foot. The football 15 times half.
Now for the Hornets back at the 23. Stellmacher at the quarterback, and the ball carries smothered right away. That's part of he lost yardage.
Except Brady Jerome.
Yep.
6'1", 74. He's just started to go.
And that's the third quarter. We've hit double zero after 3 of Farmers Implement scoreboard. It is Markesan 14 and Dodge.com. Four, 3. Mike and Tim back at the football field. We start the fourth quarter, and on the Farmers Implement scoreboard, it is Markesan 14, Pardeeville nothing, and a quick Brewers update for you. The Brewers lead the Dodgers 4-1, and where are we at now in the game?
Well, it says 2-1.
Well, now it says 2-1. It said 4-1 though a moment ago. Oh, now it's 4-1. There you go.
It's 4.
Bottom of the fourth inning.
It
All right.
switched to 4 again.
And I saw it switch as I was looking at the screen. That's. Anyways, here we go. Marcus 5 from their 19. on the keeper and gets a little bit out across the 20 to about the 24.
We're going to give him 5.
So a gain of about 5. It's going to set up a 3rd down and long.
5-1. I got
He
5
scored again. Now 5-1. There we go.
Yep. I got the nod from the gal down the way here. The time gal here at Pardeeville, 5-1. I'd like to say we're pulling away, but it's a little early to say that.
A little early for that, yes. All right, 3rd and long from the 24-yard line. Stellmacher, again at quarterback out of the gun, and fakes the handoff. He's going to run with it. Up the middle, across the 30, and out near by Wolford.
10 on the play.
7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, and it's Dodgeland 54-7.
Ouch.
Houston is for real, folks. They are for real. What a roll they're on. By the way, it's 4th and about 10.
Punt.
And yep, this is a punting situation as the kick is
Wow.
away by Strax and out of bounds.
That was a spiral punt.
Yeah, and now a flag just came out. Play was over, long since over. And a flag came out. Let's see what we got here. Play.
You'd almost think that would have to be unsportsmanlike.
I was wondering because the play was well over. Ball had gone out of bounds, and so we'll get our call here in a moment from our officials. 10:43 left in the game. 14-0 Markesan. Zan leads Pardeeville on the Farmers Implements. Here's the call on who?
On Pardeeville.
Apparently on Pardeeville. They're walking back point. Was listening to the game tonight or even watching, to send me an email. We'll give you a shout out on the air. We'll mention your name and where you're from. You can email me at wbevsports@hotmail.com. Again, wbevsports, all one word, at hotmail.com. Send me an email with your name and where you're from, and we'll give you a shout out on the air during the broadcast here. 10:43 left. It's 1st and 10 for Pardeeville, moving right to left. They're on their own 12-yard line. And Wolford stepping up, throwing, launching it downfield. It is going to be incomplete. Baining in great coverage out there. The pass was intended for Lindert near the 42-yard line on the far side of the field, but Baining, great coverage, and he knocks it away. It'll be second.
And lots of air under that football, and both of them went up after it. And very nice job done by the defender to knock that one away.
So back at the 12-yard line for the Bulldogs. It'll be 2nd and 10 with single receivers left and right, and Wolford out of the gun. Here comes pressure, and he had to kind of run for his life, and he gets tackled on the play. I believe that was Joey Paddock that got there and brought him down. Big 75.
A loss of 6 back to the
Bryce Friday was also there defensively, but a loss of about 6. And it's 3rd and 16 for the Bulldogs. Now back at the 6-yard line. Wolford under center, throws it, caught on the near side. Sidestepping one tackler is Lindert, breaks another tackle, and he gets out across the 15, just shy of the 20. Lindert actually picks up about 13, but he's still shy of the first down marker by several yards. 4th down and a punting situation here, or do you go for it? I mean, 9:34 and counting left in the game. You're down 2 scores. I wouldn't think you'd go for it here, though, even though you're down 14-0. You got to get rid of this thing, and Lubertans is in punt formation. Markesan right now with nobody back deep. with nobody back deep to receive the punt. Klubertans gets the kick away. See if it takes a Pardeeville bounce. It will.
Yeah.
All the way down inside the 40 and will die and be downed at the Markesan 35-yard line. So Hornets says, no, we're not even going to bother with that. And pretty good punt for Klubertans in Pardeeville. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets from their own 35. And we have 8:58 remaining in the ball game. And on the Farmers Implement scoreboard, it remains Markesan 14, Pardeeville nothing.
And my phone just died.
It's all right. I got one that's still working. one out of two ain't bad. We're batting 500. Well, I'll check it for you, Tim. I'll check it for you. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Stellmacher still back at the quarterback spot. 2 receivers to the left side. Baining was in motion. Stellmacher and the keeper not going much of anywhere. Tyler Kowald on the defensive tackle picks up about a yard. And it will be 2nd and 9. 8:48 and counting left in this game. So the clock becoming the enemy here of Pardeeville.
Well, Markesan, well, let's see, they did fumble once in the first half, here in the second half. But that's been the only turnover of the night for Markesan. Ball control has been their moniker here this evening.
Wingbacks left and right, single receivers left and right. Handoff Lawson, he's back in there. And across the 40 to we ask and we shall receive as Lawson gets the carry and picks up about
I'm going to give him 5.
5, yeah. It'll set up 3rd down and 5. And the ball now just shy of the 41-yard line. On this 3rd and 5 play, receivers to both sides. Again, wingbacks left and right. Lawson the lone setback. Stellmacher to the gun, fakes the handoff. Throws across the middle. Incomplete. It was intended for Caden Plagans out near the 43-yard line of Pardeeville. The ball was a little bit underthrown. Plagans tried to adjust but lost his footing. Could not come up with it. And, but a flag. I never saw the flag. They called a roughing the passer on Pardeeville.
Oh, that's a real kill.
I didn't see the flag come out. I was looking downfield watching that develop, but that is huge, and that's going to keep the drive alive and give Markesan a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of Pardeeville. Oh, back-breaking penalty for the Bulldogs there with 7:42 remaining. Still 14-0, Hornets on top of the Bulldogs on your Farmers Implement scoreboard. 1st and 10, Markesan from the Pardeeville 45. Stellmacher out of the gun will fake the handoff. 45, right side he goes and gets dragged down by Lindert. Schomer also there. After second and a long 7 or a short 8. Take your pick. And on 2nd down, ball's at the Pardeeville 43. Stellmacher out of the gun, Baining in motion. Fakes the handoff, Stellmacher straight ahead. And gets down near the 35 before being tackled on the play by Colum Moe.
He's at the 38, Mike.
Yep.
We're going to give him 5 on
Yep,
that
gain
play.
of 5. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you what, Stellmacher.
3rd and about 3.
Stellmacher has a really quick first step.
He does.
Yeah, he breaks out of that mesh with quickly as any wingback, as quick as anybody I've seen all fall long. Fine athlete.
3 for the Hornets at the Bulldogs side by one man, and he steps out of bounds in the 3rd and up for the 1st down, and then so Stellmacher picks up close to 8 on the play, and it moves the chains. A fresh set of downs for the Hornets with 6:13 to go in the game.
And even though the runner was pushed out of bounds, the clock is stopped. But this drive has already taken two. No doubt they'll keep it on the ground for the next couple. So there's another minute.
Stelmacher gives it to Led inside the 30, pushing his way down towards the 25, but we'll probably mark him at the 26, the 27.
We're going to get 3.
3-7. It'll be seated at the 27. And, of course, the Hornets in no hurry here. They've got a feed. Clock is running. 6 leads to play. Under doing that well all night long. As you mentioned, Tim, earlier, the ball control, ball drives. Ball. So and snap was blocked by Stelmacher, picked it back up, but then the Cavalry got there in a hurry, bring him down for a loss. Kowald.
Loss of 1.
Stops it for a loss.
Going to set up 3rd down and 8.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Ball's now back near the 34-yard line. And on this 3rd down and 8 play, it's trips to the right. Single receiver to the left. Loss in the lone setback. Stelmacher out of the gun, wants to throw. Looking right side, it is caught by Baiting. And Kowald wraps him up, brings him down near the 20-yard line.
Pass complete to Baiting.
It's an 8-yard pickup and enough to move the chains. 4:49 to go.
Well, Markesan now over 100 yards through the air, and I'll tell you what, Mike, at this level of high school football, if you can throw for 100 yards in a game, most of the time you're going to do pretty well.
1st and 10 for the Hornets, right at the Pardeeville 20. Stelmacher out of the gun will give it to Lawson, straight at the middle, 15, dives towards the 10 before being brought down on the play. He was tackled by Dawson Corning.
Loss of ball carrier, gain of 9 on the play. Corning with the tackle.
We're going to give him 9 on that play, and
Say that's a pretty good gain.
he's got 14 carries in the night for 62 yards, and you combine that with Craig Plagans from the quarterback position, 15 carries for 68, and then add on Stelmacher, 9 carries for 41. You got yourself a pretty nice trio right there.
On 2nd down and a couple, Stelmacher faking the handoff, bouncing to the left side, breaks 1 tackle, dives towards the 10.
He's got a 1st down.
And he should,
First
yep.
and goal.
1st and goal for the Hornets. And we are now down to 3:42 remaining in the game.
And the 12th play of the drive coming up right here.
By the way, it's 5-1 Brewers on top of the Dodgers. They're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's have it just inside the 10. Out of the gun, Stelmacher throws right side, caught by Caden Plagans, dives to the goal line. Touchdown Markesan. Caden Plagans from about 10 yards out, putting the icing on the cake. It is 20-0 Markesan with 3:20 left in the game.
Isolated Plagans out here, caught it at a yard line and about the 7 yards after the catch, and the Hornets with another convincing drive. They've just really put together a bunch of drives tonight, and 3 of them netted touchdowns, but done a real good job all night long. Here's the 2-point conversion try.
Stelmacher out of the gun, looking to throw on the 2-point conversion, a little fade, and it's intercepted. Nope, dropped, but doesn't matter. 2-point conversion fails. So with 3:20 to go in the game on the Farmers Implement scoreboard, it's now 20-0. Markesan leading Pardeeville back in 1 minute. And we are back. They don't wait for us. They just kick it off. Not going to wait for the media to get out of the timeout. And it's Pardeeville football with 3:18 to go in the fourth quarter. 20-0. Markesan now on top on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. And the ball is going to be placed. It was a short kick. Going to be placed around the 42-yard line, maybe? Beg your pardon. That'd be the about the 46, maybe the 47.
That last scoring drive, Mike, that has Markesan on the scoreboard now at 20-0, 12-play drive. And it took them 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go 65 yards for the score. And we've got whistles. Oh, we found a tee back at the spot where they kicked it off. So here we go. 3:18 remaining. 20-0 Markesan, and Markesan getting ready for the playoffs. Mike.
First and 6, and out of the gun, Wolford. He's going to throw. Launching it, and the intended receiver fell down.
Yep.
And that was Lindert.
Yep.
It'll be 2nd and 10. That is a final score now. Houston 54, Dodgeland 7. Congratulations to Horicon Eustisford. They are your Trailways Large Conference champs for 2018. Just 3:12 left in this one. Markesan's up 20-0. And timeout was called, apparently. Pardeeville called timeout.
Well, no doubt a coaching moment for the staff for next year. Yeah?
Yep, absolutely. It's they're going to fall, a little bit short of the playoffs this year, but I tell you what, as I said earlier, they were still playing for something here tonight in Week 9, and for a young team, that's a pretty neat thing. And so, again, hats off to the players and coaches for the Bulldogs, because they had something to play for right down to the end. There's no question about that.
I'll tell you what, Nick Burns, the starting quarterback tonight, just a sophomore at 6'2", 160. Dan Wolfert, 6 foot 180, he's a junior. And Lindert, fine football player, just a freshman. So
2nd and 10. Here comes pressure. Look out, Wolfert trying to get rid of it. He does to Kowald at the 45-50, near sideline 45 down. But I tell you what, poor Wolfert, he was running for his life and had to get rid of it in a hurry and just dumped off a little floater. And they were able to make something out of that. My goodness, that was,
16-yard gain.
Yeah, with 3 minutes and counting left in the game. It's 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs at the 38-yard line of Markesan. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Wolford out of the gun. He's got it, and again, he'll throw. Launching it, right side, it is caught at the 14-yard line by Westbury. Jump ball, he made a nice adjustment to come back for that little bit. Baining was there in coverage, but Westbury was able to make the adjustment, leap and grab it. And it's 1st and 10. That's a 26-yard pickup. Pardeeville trying to end the season on something positive here and end that scoring drought that we talked about. Clock running with 2.5 minutes to go. First and 10, just inside the 15. Wolfert throws. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Klubertans. And that was a great coverage, as a matter of fact, by Preston Wattoon to knock that loose. 2:16 left. Second and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Markesan 15. 2 receivers on each side. Wolfert throws, caught at the 10, diving to the 5, Lindert, and he is down and out of bounds near the 5. No, they actually mark it at the 6, so it's a gain of 9, 3rd and 1. He was not out of bounds, obviously, so because the clock is still running. I thought he was. But anyways, on 3rd and 1 from the 6, it's trips to the left. 2 to the right, empty backfield. Wolford going to keep it, runs left side, dives inside the 5, lunging to the goal line. Touchdown, Pardeeville. Wolford scores. This time, no flags on the play, so this should stand with 1:29 to go.
7 plays, 54 yards, and took them a minute and 49 seconds.
So the scoring drought is over for Pardeeville.
The old
Daffy Duck formation here on the 2-point conversion. They snap it. Wolford going to run with it. He's in trouble, and he's not going to get in. Not even close. So with 1:29 remaining on the Farmers Implements 95.3 WXRO and DailyDodge.com. Three, two. So Pardeeville will kick it off after scoring the touchdown. It's a 14-point game, 20-6. Markesan leads with 1:29 remaining in the 4th quarter on the Farmers Implement scoreboard.
Onside kick coming up right here.
Yep. Here we go. Onside kick attempt, bouncing ball, and Triggs will fall on it rather easily at the 43-yard line. So Markesan will have it. Team as they break the scoring drought and get into the end zone, and tell you what, they played tough here tonight against this very good Markesan team, but looks like they're going to come up just a little bit short. 1:27 left, and Markesan hoping for a home game next week when the playoff pairings are released. I would think they'd be in pretty good shape for one at 7-2. No guarantees, I know, but still, I think they're in pretty good shape for one.
Markesan concession stand hot dog.
Well, that'd be gravy. That'd be a bonus. Delay of game has been called on the Hornets. It's going to move them back 5. Boy, a lot of penalties in this game. A lot of penalties, and usually in week 9 you kind of iron some of that stuff out, but a lot of them tonight. 1st and 15, and they'll take a knee.
Timeout.
Is there a timeout? Did Pardeeville call timeout?
Call a timeout.
Timeout taken by Pardeeville.
They have one left, or is that their last?
Well, and they're shaking hands out there.
Yeah, well, the game's not over just yet. That took exactly 1 second off the clock. We went from 1:27 to 1:26. In Pardeeville, so the team's just huddling near their respective sidelines. Huddling probably just to stay warm with 1:26 left.
I don't think those guys have had a problem staying warm.
No, they haven't. I mean, the fans tonight, probably a different story. They said, we've been very fortunate up here. They have a wonderful facility here at Pardeeville, and there are heaters in the press box, and so we have.
I can't remember another.
We will not complain about the accommodations up here.
Thanks for paying your taxes, folks. Appreciate it.
Of course, they passed that referendum here recently. They're building all that new stuff at the high school behind us, and good for them. Nice to see the community here investing in the school and in education, or at least in heaters anyways. Minute 26, there's another knee on second down in 15.
Another timeout. That one took 3 seconds.
So we're going to be here a little bit longer. Well, that Pardeeville would be out of timeouts now, I believe. So at this point, you got 3rd and 17 for Markesan. The ball's at their own 35. A minute 23 left. So when you run a play here, you can run it down well inside of a minute left. And then I suppose. So we break the huddle after the timeout. In a 3rd and 17 for the Hornets at their own 35. Stellmacher under center and takes another knee. Well, Bulldogs can't stop the clock now. 4th down, back at the 33.
They're going to have to punt it with about 40 seconds left in the clock, roughly speaking.
We'll see if we can get Coach John Dunleavy of Markesan up here for a post-game chat. 49 seconds remaining, clock running. Strax back in punt formation. Lindert back deep.
Penalty.
Yeah, they'll take it. I mean, they're going to take as much time off as they can, and now
there it is. Either that
the flag comes out.
The flag, yeah.
So a delay of game going to push them back. But again, with 34 seconds left, kind of a moot point here. Markesan leading Pardeeville 20-6 on the Farmers Implement scoreboard. So we'll do it again. Here's the snap back to Strax. It's blocked.
Whoa.
Punt is blocked. And blocked it in. Troms fell on it at the 20-yard line.
First down, Pardeeville.
So this is why Pardeeville took those timeouts now. They blocked the kick. 28 seconds left. And again, they're just trying to end the season on a positive note here. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the Markesan 20.
They score here.
And do an onside kick?
Onside kick and score and win the game. That'll be the craziest game I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wolford out of the gun. Throws right side. Caught by Troms at the 15. And he's taken down, but they can't stop the clock as he's tackled by Baining. They gotta hustle. 16 seconds and counting.
Gain of 8 on
Gain of 8. Play. They gotta hurry. And now they spike it. They got up to the line and spiked it with 10 seconds left. Yep, there's a flag out.
Somebody probably didn't get set. Yep.
Illegal procedure. Yep. So that'll move them back 5. And it'll be 2nd and about 7.
Clock starts. And now they
they spiked it again.
5 seconds left. We got ample time for one more play.
Cue the Benny Hill music, right? It's going to be lateral, right? Like you see in the NFL all the time.
Oh man.
Well, maybe not quite that crazy, but hey, they're playing hard to the end, and you like that. I mean, if you're like, Coach Tyler Johnson, you're coaching for continued to battle here down to the bitter end. 5 seconds remaining. 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Wolfert.
Look out.
And he will be sacked. And that's Lawson for the sack. And that's the end of the ball game. So the final score tonight in the regular season finale on the Farmers Implement scoreboard, Markesan 20 and Pardeeville 6. Markesan finishes the regular season at 7-2 overall, 5-1 in the Trailways Large, good for second place. And for Pardeeville, a 4-5 overall record this year. They finished 2-4 in the Trailways Large. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll have our post-game report after this on 95.3 WXRO.
Five.
Here you go. 4, 3. And once again, our broadcast tonight here on Farmers Implement of Columbus and Allenton, Dan Olson of Country Financial in Beaver Dam, Markesan State Bank, Cornerstone Funeral and Cremation Services, Reed Chrysler, Ergo Bank in Markesan and Fox Lake, Jimmy John's of Beaver Dam, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Columbus Family Dental, and Landmark Credit Union. Back at the field, Mike Trantz and Tim Haldeman with you on the postgame show. Final tonight in Trailways Large football action. On the Farmers Implement scoreboard, it was Markesan defeating Pardeeville by the score of 20-6, as we mentioned before the break. The Hornets now finishing the regular season with a 7-2 mark and 5-1, good for second place on the Trailways Large. Pardeeville finishes up their season at 4-5 overall, and they finished 2-4 in conference play. The Bulldogs come up just one win shy of a postseason berth. Meanwhile, for Markesan, they move on to the playoffs now, and hopefully we'll have a home game next week once the pairings are released. We're going to have Markesan head coach John Dunleavy join us here in a few moments, but Tim Haldeman, the Hornets with another great performance, especially on the defensive side of the ball once more.
Well, that's something you can pretty much hang your hat on each and every year with Markesan in the last number of years, but especially this year because their offense has not been quite what it has been in years gone by. But the defense shows up every week. Tonight on rushing the football 42 times for 172 yards, of which 112 of those came in the first half. And they passed 112 yards this evening for a total net yardage gained of 284 yards. Pardeeville kept in check for the great majority of the night, 21 carries on the ground for 14 yards. And when you have a net 14 yards, it's going to be really hard to put some points on the scoreboard in high school football. 7 for 15 through the air. I have a net 103 yards. So 284 versus 103. And that's pretty tough to win a football game that way. But you take a look and you have that scoring pass, midway through the third quarter that was called back on a penalty. Huge play that would have made it 14-7 at that point, and anybody's ball game. But not the case, as Markesan put another one on the left side of the column.
Well, talking about that Markesan defense, if you look at the season as a whole, the regular season, and you throw out the games against St. Mary Springs and Horicon-Eustis-Ford, the Hornets this year in their games, if you throw those two out, gave up 7, 13, 8, 6, 6, and 6. Not bad.
Yep.
And we're going to bring in the man of the hour here, John Dunleavy. Let me get the microphone. Thanks for coming up on the post-game show. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on a very, very fine regular season. 7-2 overall. You finish a solid second place in the conference at 5-1. No need to apologize for that. That's a pretty darn good run.
Yeah, we're happy about, the way things played for us in the season. We're an inexperienced team at a lot of positions, and I thought we got a lot better as the season went along. So that's one of the goals we try to be better every day. So I really think that happened for us.
John, 3 weeks ago, you told me prior to the game that you were a bit challenged in the passing game. And tonight at halftime, you had thrown the football 15 times for 93 yards and complemented with 27 carries on the ground for 112. You were over the 200-yard mark at halftime. You had to be extremely pleased with that.
Yeah, that's been a point of emphasis for us, is to get better and be a little more balanced. And to be honest, we probably could have thrown the ball more in the second half. We were just trying to get out of here healthy Some teams just stack the box against us and try to take away the run, and Pardeeville did a good job of that tonight. And we kind of just took what they gave us, and we've been practicing, trying to get better at the passing game a little bit, and it's happening. And it's good to see because we've got weapons on this team, and we've got multiple ways to score, and it's nice to see that starting to show.
Yeah, Tim and I were talking about the fact that it appeared that you were doing a lot of different things on purpose, practicing for the upcoming postseason and beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. We know we're going to have to throw the ball at some time to be able to be successful against quality opponents. Anybody can be a one-dimensional team and off balance that way, which, I think we did that a little bit tonight, especially in the first half. I thought offensively, even though we had 14 points in the first half, we played one of our better halves. We controlled. I wonder what the time of possession was. I feel like if we had the ball 19 minutes, if they had it 5, I don't know what it was.
Exactly right.
That's about it.
That's exactly right. I had it pegged at just about that. Right.
Yeah, so we're pleased with the way things went in the first half. But we just think that's the kind of team we are. Is ball control, just grind out drives, and then finish when we get down there. I know we didn't finish the second time, but field position turned into a score for us just because we got down there.
As you were walking into the booth here, you might have heard me rattling off numbers, 6, 6, 7, 13. Those were not the winning lottery numbers. Those were the scores, the points that your defense allowed in the games this year. I threw out the St. Mary Springs and the Horicon-Eustis game. So if you throw those two out, your defense has been nothing short of outstanding. We've talked about it at numerous lengths, but again, they are just clicking so well as a unit. And if you're going to make a run here in the next few weeks, they're going to be a huge key for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And defense is what's going to carry us all the way through. It always has been. And when I heard those numbers when I walked up here, actually our starting defense only gave up one of those touchdowns, which is something that we talk about all the time. And, we even though we reward our defense for shutouts, and we'll reward them again because this was a starting defense shutout.
In fact, your defense got a score tonight. I mean, you blocked the punt, and Bryce Friday recovers in the end zone for the touchdown.
Absolutely. We had a couple different punt blocks in this week as well that just based on what they did, we knew we were going to have a chance to block one this week, too, and we got one down.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Preston Wood-Toon actually was the one that blocked
Number
it.
10 blocked
made the heck of a play. Yeah.
And then Bryce fell on it in the corner of the end zone. That was pretty exciting. So we knew we had a chance this week. That was good.
7-2 now. The playoffs next week. You're relatively, for the most part, healthy at this point.
Yeah, we feel like we're pretty healthy overall, yeah. Our quarterback got dinged a little tonight, but he'll be fine. We took him out just because of precautionary reasons, but he got dinged a little. Our starting center, he'll be ready to go next week with an ankle. He didn't play tonight. But yeah, we're healthy. We feel real good about it, where we're going, and we'll take on anybody. And
you told me in our pregame conversation on Wednesday night that you really felt over the last couple weeks after the game with Horicon-Eustis that, first of all, the kids bounced back and responded very well, but also you were very pleased that the team seemed to be really finding its identity a little bit more over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we really have. I mean, we just know we're not a team who's going to be a quick strike offense. That's not who we are. That's not how we play. So you look at it that way, every single game has kind of gone the way we want it to go, the way we think we're built to do, and we played that way. So, yeah, we're excited about how we're playing.
John, there's a couple of reasons why we're here tonight. One is Jimmy John's, and two is the Markesan community.
Oh, we have a great community.
You understand what I'm talking about?
I don't know about Jimmy John's, but
we'll explain it. Go ahead.
I know we have a great community in Markesan.
Yeah, Jimmy John sponsored the contest that we had on dailydodge.com. The school that was going to receive the most votes by the end of the contest would have its last regular season game broadcast on the radio. Well, again, as Tim said, the Markesan community came through in record numbers. Your team in votes, we had 11,700 total votes cast, and 5,291 were cast for Markesan, and that's why we're here tonight.
I like to think
and
that's pretty good.
that's pretty. I mean, we can laugh a little bit, yes, but at the same time, that's tremendous support from the Markesan faithful.
Yeah, I guess we got to go to Jimmy John's now, huh?
You do that too, yeah. Yeah, they were a big part of that. They sponsored that contest, and something we tried and that was new this year, and it certainly worked out well. But in all seriousness, now on to the playoffs. I would hope that at 7-2, you're playing at home next week.
We hope. We don't know, but we hope.
I know there's no guarantees,
Yeah,
but you would think you're set up pretty good.
Yeah, we hope we get a home game. We think we played a tough enough schedule and we think we're a quality team that we would get a home game. Yeah, we'll see where it falls, though. I have no idea.
And that's a great point. You played a very, very difficult schedule. I mean, how many teams are going to go up against St. Mary Springs? You played Horicon, Eustace-Ford, so yeah, you're battle tested.
Yeah, Horicon's a great team. St. Mary's is a great team, and St. Mary's 9-0. Everybody knows how good they are. 8-1 Horicon, who's got one loss to a 9-0 conference champ Cambridge. We know they're an excellent team. We played Rochelle playoff team, Dodgeland playoff team, Palmyra playoff team. I mean, we've played a lot of really good football teams, and we played tonight. Pardeeville had to win to get in the playoffs, so almost this is a playoff game right here that we had ahead of us. And Pardeeville played hard tonight. They're a really good team, so we're battle tested, no doubt.
All right, John, I know a scorer that you might be interested in, being a rather good baseball guy that you are.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to hear this.
5-1 Brewers.
What inning?
What are we? Bottom of the sixth?
Nice.
5-1 Brewers, bottom
That's
of the
awesome.
sixth.
That bullpen.
By the way, folks, this guy knows a little baseball, too. Trust me.
Sometimes.
No, don't be so modest. This guy knows the game.
Well, John, congratulations again to you and the boys on an excellent regular season, and good luck as you move forward now into the postseason, and don't be surprised if you see our radio microphones nearby.
Thank you very much. Thanks for following us,
Good
guys.
to see you. You betcha.
Pleasure, John.
All right, John Dunleavy, head coach of Markesan, joining us on the post-game show. His team a winner tonight, 20-6 over Pardeeville. And one thing I haven't done yet, I was going to recap the final scoring summary from this one. Markesan gets on the board first with 4:28 left in the first period. It was Craig Plagans with a 7-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion failed, but it was 6-0 Markesan at that juncture. Then flip ahead to the second quarter with 4:23 remaining, that play I talked about with the coach. It was Preston Wattoon blocking the Pardeeville punt. Bryce Friday recovered in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. A 2-point pass was added on after that from Plagans to Triggs, and that made it 14-0 Hornets, and that was our score at the break. And then no scoring in the third quarter. Flip ahead to the fourth quarter. It was Markesan getting its last score of the night when Max Stelmacher, who had been inserted at quarterback, tossed a 10-yard touchdown pass to Caden Plagans. 2-point conversion failed. It was 20-0 Markesan at that point. And then Pardeeville gets on the board with 1:29 left as Wolfert with a 6-yard touchdown run. The 2-point try failed, made it 20-6 Markesan, and that's how we ended 20.
Pretty well-rounded affair tonight for Markesan, and you heard a very satisfied head coach in John Dunleavy, just telling everybody that his team is healthy, going to be healthier actually,
Right, yeah.
with his starting.
Yeah, Daniel
coming
Saylor
back.
was out tonight.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and he's a stud. He's a player.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, they could have good run of the playoffs. If they got a couple 3 wins, that'd be nice. And hey, from there on, they're all good teams, and everybody's getting nicked up. You never know.
And look out for Pardeeville next season and beyond, because they were darn close to the playoffs again this year. Didn't quite get there, but Coach Tyler Johnson is doing a nice job. He and his staff, and he's got some nice young talented players, and they're only going to get better with this experience that they got this year. And and we talked about the referendum here, and the new weight room is one of the many amenities they're building. Those kids are going to be in the weight room a lot in the off season. They're going to come out a lot stronger, and they're going to be ready to go come next August.
Oh, guaranteed. Yep. They've always had good programs here, and in a nice facility. And thank you once again for your payment of your taxes for this fine heat that's blowing on our feet and lower legs here.
It did help quite a bit tonight, didn't it?
Oh, let me tell you.
Very
It's
nice
awesome.
facility, no doubt. But that's going to wrap it up here from Pardeeville. We want to remind you again, tomorrow morning from 8 to 9 a.m. you can catch the high school OT here on WXRO and DailyDodge.com. Kevin Haugen and Wade Bates will recap all the scores from tonight. They'll interview coaches and have some news and notes. That's a great show at Dodge.com. It's the high school OT. Hope you'll tune in for that. And, of course, stay tuned. We'll announce our playoff broadcast schedule for next Friday night once the pairings have been released. We'll try and get that information on the air and out to you as soon as we get everything set back at the studio. But again, the pairings should be out this weekend, and we'll know probably by Monday, if not sooner, where our microphones are heading next week on Friday night. Our game tonight, again, brought to you by a lot of fine sponsors. We want to thank them. Our video stream sponsors were Dan Olson of Country Financial in Beaver Dam and Jimmy Johns of Beaver Dam. I want to thank them. Also, our scoreboard sponsor, Farmers Implement of Columbus and Allenton. And tonight's game also brought to you by the good folks at Markesan State Bank, Cornerstone Funeral and Cremation Services, Reed Chrysler, Ergo Bank in Markesan and Fox Lake, Columbus Family Dental, Landmark Credit Union, and National Exchange Bank and Trust. 20-6, your final tonight as the Hornets take down the Bulldogs. Markesan a winner at Pardeeville on the last night of the regular season. Tim, always a pleasure. We'll see you in the playoffs, buddy.
You bet. Sounds like a plan.
All right. So thanks to all of you for listening. Want to thank Autumn, our engineer, back at the studio. Want to thank Justin on site here for running the video stream tonight, and for my partner, Tim Haldeman. Mike Tronson saying so long from Pardeeville. Have a pleasant evening and enjoy your weekend. This has been a